let me get started. We have the mayor of New York, the new mayor of New York, Zohran Mamdani. Zohran Mamdani has now been elected the mayor of New York. And a lot of people, some people are saying that this is a good thing. Some people are saying it's not a good thing. We're going to give a little background check now. If you guys know, I'm not located in New York. BX is located in New York. We had a really productive and informative live stream about New York in general and foundational Black Americans in New York by Brooke. So, with Brooke, you guys can go to my YouTube channel, which is Afro Elite on YouTube, and you guys can see that, and you guys can listen and hear all about that. She had did on her live stream on her YouTube channel. She did a 5-hour, okay, get this 5-hour live stream about Mamdani, breaking down Mamdani and breaking down his faults and all of that stuff. So if you guys want information about him, you guys can go over there and you guys can look that up. Now, my thing is that I know less about it than she does, of course, and if she wants to come in and join, she can feel 100% free and welcome to do so. My thing is that the whole, well, you know, we should be against capitalism, we should be for socialism. My thing is that if the corrupt people are in charge, it doesn't matter if it's capitalism or if it's socialism. It doesn't matter, okay? Capitalism can be just as corrupt as socialism, and it does, as long as the people who are in charge of it are corrupt, rather. Mamdani, he has used, he's lied on his documentation, calling himself an African American. Oh, I guess you can kind of say it's not a lie. To be very honest with you, you can make the argument that it wasn't a lie when he said he was an African American, because he was actually born in Africa, and he is an American citizen. So by definition, he would be an African American by a definition term, which is why we are retiring that term, because of how problematic it is and how problematic it can be. Now, Mamdani has not said he was going to do anything specifically for foundational Black Americans in New York. So this is not a celebration for us. We should not be celebrating this, because he has made it abundantly clear that he's one of those all lives, all people of color matter. And furthermore, he has also shown that he has an immigrant bias towards him. He's shown that he's going to prioritize immigration. He's shown that immigrants, he's not going to cooperate as far as ICE is concerned. He's not going to cooperate with the deportations of illegal immigrants in New York City. And he's going to prioritize ICE, and immigrants. And I want y'all to understand, all of these DEI policies and all of these affirmative action things that they got going on, most of that stuff goes to immigrants anyway. All of these business programs and schooling programs and tutoring programs, that stuff goes to immigrants anyway. They get the first dibs off of all of that stuff. And with Mamdani, he's going to set it up that way, because that's the same way they do in Chicago. That they have always done that in New York, and now it's about to be even worse. It's about to be even worse, okay? Shout out to Leo. I saw Leo doing a live about this earlier today too. He's in the room. So this is going to be an issue. This is going to be an issue for foundational Black Americans. A lot of people are liking this because he's against Trump. I get that. I understand that. I'm not a Trump. Hold on. I'm not a Trump supporter. Okay. I'm not MAGA. Never have been MAGA. All right. So we understand this, but that does not mean an enemy of my enemy is my friend. Can we stop? Okay. Okay, somebody says, Afro, stop with the FBA thing. That's not a thing. Okay, we'll come up and we'll explain it, because it definitely is a thing. You've been lied to. Okay. So as foundational Black Americans, as I was saying, as foundational Black Americans, this is something that is going to be concerning. And this is something that we are going to have to, as foundational Black Americans, not even the ones in New York alone, we're going to have to come together, and we're going to have to organize about making sure resources stay within our ethnic community. Because with Mamdani being in charge, he's going to siphon off the resources from the community, and those resources are going to be redistributed to immigrants. So this is very concerning. And as I was saying before, an enemy of my enemy does not make him my friend. So just because he is not in support of MAGA or the GOP, the Republicans, or Donald Trump does not mean he is for us. Okay? So we have to be very aware of that. And as a matter of fact, just because of that, to be honest, he is actually a little bit worse. A lot of foundational Black Americans were saying that they would have rathered had to deal with Cuomo as mayor. To be honest, some people I've talked to said that they would have rathered what's his name, Eric Adams, stay and stay for his second term of mayor than deal with Mamdani, because a lot of people are criticizing not only Mamdani and his wishy-washy stances on the police and his wishy-washy back and forth stances on a lot of other things. A lot of people are criticizing his economic policies. A lot of people are talking about, okay, well, you're going to make this free, you're going to make this free, you're going to make this free, but how exactly are you planning on paying for everything? You can't make certain things free. Are you going to lower the tickets and lower the tolls for everything? I've not heard him make a consistent commitment about the overtaxing and overtaxing and the tolls, the egregious, outrageous tolls that are there left and right. I've not really heard Mamdani make any consistent, legitimate airtight promises. Okay, and somebody, if you're from New York, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I've heard him use a lot of buzzwords. I've heard him use a lot of buzzwords that just go against the GOP and the Republicans. Somebody says, when can we talk? You can talk when I get ready. Okay, I gotta give the monologue to let people know. Okay, everybody can be patient, man. Damn. But that's what I have to say. And if you agree or disagree, I want to know what the people think about it. Now, one thing that's concerning is that I can tell he's going to prioritize immigrants, because quotes like this, I get this quote up here: indeed, New York will remain a city of immigrants. So what do you think that means? I want the family to answer that. BX, can you set the decorum of the room real quickly, and then we'll get to the hands.
Yes. So that statement is erasure. It's ethnocide. So while people are having one conversation, when you see BX, when you see Brooke, when you see Brother Divine, when you see Sister Keisha, when you see Shavu, when you see nobody, and we're talking about the state of New York, we're talking as the descendants of the enslaved people that built the whole infrastructure, and their bodies were the first ones sold on Wall Street. Okay, and Sister Keisha could come up here and give you the history of the kidnapping club. Okay, because she had an ancestor affected by it. I've met descendants of Seneca Village, right? So we're having two different discussions, and y'all are okay with our erasure in New York. And to my people, to my foundational Black Americans, if y'all are outside of the state, shout out to the ones who call us to the table to explain the real of New York and not just take the tethered words. But if you're holding on to that hip hop beef because one rapper went and let another rapper in a show at a time when everybody was hungry, I'm going to tell you to get over it. Right? Because I wasn't at the table when they were doing whatever they were doing. I was actually going back and forth to the South with my granny. So I need you to kind of get out of clicks, likes, views, and your feelings of whatever it is you're going through and call us to the table, because now's not the time to come against any one of us, no matter where we are in the nation. Like, move on from some shit. And that's not in the Winsome Sears and Yvette Clarke thing. This is a family reunion, and I need you to move forward as one band, one sound. He is an immigrant. He's immigrant first, and immigrants will never see eye to eye with a foundational Black American on many matters. Why? Because they benefit more from my silence than they do from me expressing my displeasure with them. And they'll never take accountability for the things that they do. So even in New York, we're not all this united front that everybody's lying about. He's immigrant first. It wasn't built by immigrants if there was enslavement in New York. So my family predates New York, right? Because my fifth grade granny was born here in 1750. She predates the revolutionary WAR. You are not like me. You are not from New York if you migrated here. You are an immigrant and will always be an immigrant because I predate the country. Stop playing with me.
All right. Okay, so we're gonna get to the hands. A lot of people have things. A lot of people are in the queue, or a lot of people in the queue dropping off. In the queue dropping off. So what we'll do is this. Okay, if I have to drop you down, it's not personal. It doesn't mean I dislike what you had to say. It means that I just want more people to come up here and express themselves. Okay, that's all that means. Okay, so let's get to Carrot.
Hey,
Can you state your ethnic group?
I'm black, 19,
Are you Black American? Are you
black American.
okay? All right. You like to add something?
Um, okay, well, you guys gave a fire hose of information, so a lot to take in. But I just want to know, like, what's your guys' argument? You guys don't support Mamdani? Do you guys support him? What's that looking like?
He said some problematic things about the lineage. What do you think about Mandani?
I like Mamdani. I
Okay.
like I like what he's doing with potentially raising the taxes on the wealthy and introducing maybe rent control as well.
Okay. Where do you live?
I live in New Jersey, so I'm not in New York. Is that a big thing or
No, I'm just asking. I'm
okay?
just asking. Let me ask you a question. When he says that New York is a city of immigrants and New York will be controlled by immigrants, and when he says things like that, has what do you think about that?
Well, America was built by immigrants, so it seems like
Which
something that's already
who are the immigrants that built America?
immigrants all over the world.
What did immigrants all over the world build?
America, the infrastructure,
What infrastructure did they build?
roads, like infrastructure, overall infrastructure. America.
No, that's incorrect. That's historically incorrect. The foundational black Americans built America. The slaves of America built America. And everybody else came after America was already developed. They didn't come and build America. They came by definition. You cannot, by definition, by the actual words, and I'm not saying anything or being xenophobic or anything like that. You can Google it. You cannot be an immigrant and be a builder at the same time. You cannot be a founder and an immigrant. If you unmute yourself one more time, I'm gonna have to drop you. Please don't do that, sir. By definition, you cannot be a founder of something, of a country, a builder. Okay, I told you, and your hard-headed ass don't want to listen. So now you got to get dropped. Now you don't get to speak. Okay, so there you go. You should have listened the first time. You can't be a founder of something. You can't build something and be an immigrant to that thing. Do you understand that? So the slaves built the country.
Okay.
So immigrants didn't build the country. Immigrants like Mandani came way after all of the country was built.
Okay.
So
So
why should the country, or New York rather, why should New York be a city of immigrants when they came after the slaves built it?
so
Generations after. Really, to be very honest, a good century after. To tell the truth.
okay. So New York should be a city of what?
No, well, New York should be a city with foundational black Americans. In New York, what we're saying is that immigrants should not be prioritized over foundational black Americans. It was foundational black Americans. It was the black Americans, like you claim you are, that were the first actual people who built Wall Street in New York.
Okay. So I have a question. When black mayors and governors get voted, how come we don't see any change in the black community?
Because they're all puppets, and you really got to sell out to even get to the top like that. For the most part,
So who would have been a better person to vote for?
Well, this was a bad cast, to be very honest with you. But we're talking about Mamdani. There was not no real good option to vote for in this situation. There probably would have been a better option. I'm hearing some people. I'm not from New York, but I'm hearing some people say that they would rather Eric Adams stay, or they would rather Cuomo win than Mamdani.
Okay.
But back to my point about immigrants building America. Now that we've gone through that brief history lesson, what do you have to say now?
Well, I think it's interesting.
Do you
I
agree, or this it's not is I mean, it's history, so do you
well,
agree? Do you acknowledge that?
well, I don't agree or disagree because I don't really understand it much.
Okay, well,
Well,
when you said immigrants built the country, that's what you said. So I
yeah.
said immigrants didn't build the country. You said the roads and the infrastructure. The roads
Mhm.
and the infrastructure was built before they got here. The White House was built before they got here. The government buildings were built before they got here. The roads, the railroads, the roads that people drive cars on, all of that was built before they got here. So what? So they came after the things were built. So they did not build it.
I don't
So
think that's
now that you know
entirely
that,
true,
now
though,
that
is
we've
it?
reviewed that history, now you're going to have to retract your statement that immigrants built the country, correct?
Well, I don't agree with that though because it wasn't just entirely slaves that built America.
Okay, who else did?
Immigrants as well. It wasn't
What?
just
Let
slaves.
me ask the question again. What did they build?
They built the infrastructure.
What infrastructure? You can't just say infrastructure. What infrastructure?
I would say they built roads. They built
What? Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Y'all listen
they,
to it. Y'all listen to it.
they built roads. They built cars. They built.
Cars is America. Now you're talking about items in America.
It's part of American culture, isn't
Sir,
it?
that's we're talking about the nation. Who built the nation? The nation was built before cars.
But it wasn't just
You're
built by
kind of
just one
now you're
person.
reaching for something. You're reaching. You're reaching. That's
It
a
wasn't.
reach.
It wasn't just built by just one group, though.
But you're not naming the other group that built what. You keep saying infrastructure like it's vague. And I'm doing this, and I know the audience like, why are you doing this? I'm doing this because I want y'all to know. Anytime they say, well, immigrants built America, I say, okay, what did they build? They can't name anything. The
Because
immigrants
it's
can't
so
name
broad.
what they built in the country. You're
It's
talking
so
about cars.
broad.
If we're going to go with that logic, foundational black Americans built the street light, right? And there's street lights in China. So with that logic, can we say that we built China? Can we say that if that's the case?
No.
No. So how can they say that they built America because they came here and constructed cars? They didn't invent it, they constructed it.
So what do you define building?
What do I define building a nation?
What what do you define building? Yes.
I define building a nation, as you said, the actual infrastructure, the institutions of the country, the economy of the country, and the government and security. Yes, that is the nation. And
So are you
all of that
saying
was built by foundational black American slave labor before they got here.
so you're saying America was built by slaves and slaves only?
Yes. And I'm asking, if that's not true, who else did what?
It is okay. It is true. It was built by slaves. Okay, I will agree with you with that.
Okay.
But it wasn't entirely built by slaves.
Okay. Who else did what?
The
I
Chinese
say
helped build the railroads.
Hold on. Who else
it was
did what last time? And then we're going to move on.
yeah, it was built by white Americans. It
What
was
did
built
white
by parts
Americans
of Europe,
build?
London.
Hold on. What did white Americans build? Expound upon that.
They okay, yes, it was built by slaves early on, very early on, but white Americans did coordinate it.
That's not building. That's not building though.
Yeah, that is building.
And then you said immigrants.
Well, there were immigrants as well.
So you're saying white immigrants?
Okay, what I'm saying is America wasn't built off just one person. It wasn't just built off just slaves only. It wasn't just built off just immigrants. It was built by a melting pot of everybody.
Who is everybody? You keep notice that, and
Okay, it
we're
was
gonna
built
move
by
on
it
now.
was
We're gonna move on. Notice I keep saying who is the everybody and what else did they do, and it's almost like I'm asking you a question about rocket science. You can't give you cannot give a direct answer as to
why do people
who
keep saying
and
I'm
what
not
is
black?
Give
everybody.
Like,
many answers. What are you talking about?
No, dude, be quiet. Okay, you can't, because white Americans didn't do it. If they could do it, they wouldn't have needed slaves to do it. They had the slaves do it because they didn't do it.
Also,
I
can I
disagree.
By
one
literal
more carrot?
history, if the slaves did it, then that means that they didn't do it.
I
Also,
disagree.
one moment, carrot. Also, what was the purpose for overseers? Whitey people were busy doing whatever it was they're doing, and they hired other whitey people to oversee the slaves, right? That's what an overseer is, correct, Afro?
Yep.
So they didn't do anything but subjugate and enslave people and bark orders. That's why they had overseas. And let me tell the Irish something. Research 1652, that small number that came here of Irish, they were also enslavers. They were never enslaved. They were enslavers and overseers. So how do enslavers and overseers build anything?
What I'm thinking is
Wait, do you know the
You
history of
mute
the
up,
Irish?
Stephen. You mute up, Stephen. You mute up.
Can we
It ain't
move
your
on from
turn
him?
yet.
Like,
No, Steve,
Yeah, we
no, hold on. And I was
let
just gonna
Afro
let
have a
BX say what she gotta
yeah.
say. I was gonna let
So
BX say what she gotta say,
I'm a
and then we're
land
gonna
here.
move on.
I'm a land here. The only thing white people built was a patent office to steal our inventions, right? Which we have 55,000 plus, and we still have black Americans with patents pending. Please don't play with us about somebody else built this land.
okay. Can I respond to that?
No,
No.
you can wait. You've
We're
been the
ready
only
to
one
move on.
speaking so
I
far.
understand.
You've been
I
the only
Don't
one
understand.
bother.
speaking
They
so
don't. They
far.
don't want any facts.
It's my turn.
Okay,
They
hold
just
on, hold on, Steven. Stay up, Steven. Stay up, Steven. Stay up.
It's my
Let's
turn,
get
right?
to. Well, I'm gonna get to you, Steven, but stay up.
rage
We're
baiting.
gonna
That's
get
it.
to handsome Zoe. Steven, just wait your turn. Handsome Zoe, you got it.
What's good? Hey, can Steve, can you mute up for me real quick? Because I don't want to get interrupted.
Go
But,
ahead.
so, I want to just get my heart out to all the coastal black Americans in the coastal cities. I know it's kind of hard knowing that like a lot of immigrants kind of migrate to those areas when they came here, and they voting base is kind of strong there. But I think, let me ask you this, Afro. Do you remember that movie Barbershop? I think it was Barbershop 2 that Ice Cube made.
Yeah, vaguely, kind of.
You remember the new barbershop opened up across the street, and he wanted to try to catch up to that. He started changing his barbershop around and tried to just make it look all updated. And eventually, he took everything out and turned it back to the original barbershop. And everybody started coming back in. What I'm trying to
Okay.
what I'm trying to get to is that as Black Americans, we need to go back to the point where it's only us and white people running shit. Because at the end of the day, and I was just in this other room saying this, the only solution is, so we have a pattern in the history of anything that we fight for as Black Americans trickles down to other groups, but on the opposite spectrum, anything that they fight for and they get, it don't come over to us. We have to make sure we don't have no more Chicago's, no more LA's, and no more New York's. Because a lot of these people got in those areas, they done immigrated it up, and now it's kind of hard to even get our own people up in there because it is a city full of immigrants, unfortunately. I know Harlem got black people. I know Brooklyn got black Americans. I know they over. I see the sister up here, BX, she black American. I get it. But it's just a lot of people who either blended in with some immigrants who came over. It's just too immigrant infested there, and they're just going to keep voting in these non-black Americans or these immigrants because they think they got like a better rapport with them or something. So I just think it needs to go back to what we originally did, where if they're just not black American, unfortunately, you should not let them in no position of power because they have shown they're only going to look out for their group of people. Whereas Black Americans, the only group who fight. When we look out for ourselves, it benefits others. But we have to look out for ourselves first. So the things that we're fighting for is the protections and our land back and all those things is eventually going to trickle down to help everybody else. But it has to be for us, and then that's how it's got to be going forward. But that's kind of where I'm looking at it because I don't understand how they let this immigrant get in, but you got to wait 2 years now. Hopefully the family can survive out there. I don't know what's gonna go on, but just keep your head up, man. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
Thank
Now
you.
you
And I
said
want to
now
hear.
hold on. You said us and white people.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what he said,
yeah,
Afro.
yeah. The reason why I said that because there are actually laws on the book that we Black Americans created and that we fought for to make sure it's on the book to just keep white people in check. There's necessarily not no laws on the book to keep immigrants in check when they get in this bitch. I'm sorry, in this place, get to be anti-black as hell because the laws that we fought for kind of only make sure white people don't do it. I noticed that if someone who has any little melanin or any little hue to their skin, they could just be vaguely anti-black, and like just like what's going on there in Minnesota with Eli Omar. It's just it don't matter where melanated person is at, and they're in some position of power. They can get away with a lot of anti-black laws, and then when you call it out and you bring it up, the first thing people say is, "Well, they're black. You can't. He's an African." And they're gonna say him. He's the African American. He's not racist. They're gonna say some stupid stuff like that.
Okay,
So
well, can you explain for the audience and for myself too?
Mhm.
What are the laws that immigrants get to get away with that white people don't get to get away with?
So what I mean is that like white people get checked more. So and I don't know if you noticed the trick that they do now. They'll rather hire or do like put someone that's non-white in, but work for the white people, right? And what that does is he's going to pass a law that the white people probably wanted to pass in the first place. But if the white person passed it, it would have been instantly called out and probably blocked because we're going to pay attention to it. But if you get a random Jamaican in office or a random Nigerian or Kenyan like Obama was, how anti-black he was, a Kenyan in office, and he gonna pass the same exact anti-black law, and it's gonna be hidden under black. So what I mean by the reason why white people sometimes is better options in office, and it's crazy. I gotta say it. We gonna pay attention to what the fuck they're doing. We're gonna keep an eye on them because we know how anti-black white people are historically are. Whereas a person who look like me, who's more dark skinned, but he may be a Jamaican, he's gonna get away with a lot more than that white person would.
Okay,
And it's gonna be worse off.
well, yeah, he does have a cover, but he will have more of a cover being a quote unquote uh person of color, quote unquote.
Yeah.
However, but we should not I think we don't want to, and I'm not assuming that you are. I don't want the word to get out and get confused as if we're losing the plot and forgetting who the real bad guy is. Because Mandani and all of the other immigrants, they're just in line with what the dominant society wants. You know what I'm saying? They're really the puppets, and I don't think that you think this way, but I don't want society to get confused in thinking that we're more upset with the puppets than the puppet master. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like we can be upset at
We
both.
shouldn't view the puppet master as more innocent than the puppets. You feel me?
Right.
You feel what I'm
I
saying?
agree with that, and I agree with that. But I feel like we can be mad at both because this is how I look at it. You left your corrupt country, and I don't understand this. You left your third world corrupt country with your corrupt politicians to get over here with us just to be corrupt.
Yeah.
You left for no reason. Then, what was the point of you leaving? What was the point of starting a new life? What was the point of you coming to America to integrate? You did what it tells me is you would have been just like those corrupt leaders where you come from if you had the opportunity to do it. Your family wasn't the royal family, so you weren't allowed to do it. But you got here like look what Eli Omar's doing
Okay,
out there in
but yeah,
Minnesota.
but we're gonna I'm gonna
You got
let
it. You
you
got
land
it.
your plane, and then we're gonna.
Yeah, but like
And
I said,
I gotta
I
say
just wanna make sure going forward we gotta just watch. We gotta be mad at both of them. Both of them is to blame. If you want to be a puppet, you ride along with them with the overseer. So that's how I look at it.
Okay, okay.
Wait a minute
Can I
here,
go
y'all.
next?
I want
One
to
minute
ask a
here, y'all.
question.
1 minute,
Can I
y'all.
ask a question, please,
So
when you
this
have a
is
chance?
why I said 1 minute, friend. This is why I said you got to be careful what you say about New York because it links to our erasure. Black Americans, foundational Black Americans, still outnumber the melanated immigrants. I ain't calling them black; they're not black. Oh yeah, baby Harlem still got some black people. The lady at the top, she like BX, she black, and we still outnumber them. Black Americans outnumber the immigrants, the Afro descendant immigrants in all states. We do. a harm or a symptom. A cause and effect here is we had a large Pan African movement. We also don't like to fill out censuses and stuff like that. So there's many reasons, and they got the power of the media. That's why you can see Fat Joe talk about he gonna say the N word because he black, and then when we get on his ass, y'all don't see that part, right? But then you see his lone token who feels she owes her whole career to him, who may or may not be foundational, and y'all take that as gospel, not knowing that we already spanked him behind the scenes, right? And then you see the alliances that he may or may not get. They have the power of media. So you know what the power of media is like, right? It'll showcase a Caribbean on Juneteenth instead of a foundational Black American. It'll showcase a Hispanic class during Black History Month instead of a Black American class. But we do outnumber them, sir. So please be mindful what you say, because we do have activists fighting against this ethnocide that we're going through. We really
Yeah,
are going
my
through
bad
it.
about that. Yeah, I
Thank
just
you.
don't see y'all. Honestly, I really just don't see it. But my
Right.
bad.
Yeah. So you
Okay.
see me, and I want you to support every call to action that I drop in the chat to help us disaggregate the numbers like Nina did. Okay. Y'all outside of the state don't have to lend to our oration, but y'all can help combat it by signing these email campaigns that I'm about to drop. Thank you.
Can I ask a question,
No, you
please?
No,
cannot,
no,
dude.
no.
Don't do that. No.
Wait your
Okay,
turn.
wait. ZZ, how you
Is it
doing?
my turn?
Hold on. I don't know if ZZ wants to say something, then we'll get to you.
I would love to. You know, great minds think alike. My nigga, I was literally setting up my live for tomorrow about this exact topic. That's crazy as hell. We love to see it. Shout out to the panel. How you doing though, Afro?
I'm good. I'm good.
Hey BX, how are you, darling?
Hey, ZZ. And
I
so I
love
see
you.
you in the twin. I was like, which one is which? And then you started talking. I was like, there go my girl. All right. I love y'all both, though.
Oh, thank you, darling. Appreciate you being in that live the other day too. That was a blast. Now, yeah, this guy right here, Zohran. So yeah, I keep seeing him pop up on my timeline, and I'm seeing he won mayor of New York and blah 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 blah. There's a bunch of liberals running around happy as hell. But when I'm looking at some of the stuff he's saying, he said he's giving AOC his award-winning speech was, oh, well, you know, we're going to keep immigrants, keep New York full of immigrants, and immigrants built New York. And to me, right now, I'm feeling like that's a Democratic, anti-black talking point from the left side. Excuse me. I don't know what she had going on. But what it's given is that they know exactly what's going on with the grassroots. They see the delineation movement, and they are actively trying to push back on that. They're actively trying to dismantle it by flooding us with more immigrants. So I'm not feeling that. Then I go to his policy page, and it's, oh yeah, we got LGB protection. We're going in on bad owners, bad landlords. What the shit for the black people at though? What the black folk? Where's the policies for black folk? I'm confused because you in New York, where it's like BX just said, it's majority black Americans, not immigrants. So I'm confused why you got something for immigrants, for bad landlords, for LGBT, but you ain't got nothing for black people. Red flag already. So yeah, I'm already seeing the play here they doing with him. I'm not rocking with it. And then he's an immigrant on top of that himself, and a Muslim one, which is interesting for him to be pushing the LGBT thing. And he's Muslim. I'm like, okay, all right, I got you. So yeah, I'm seeing a bunch of red flags with this dude. I'm not rocking with it at all.
Yep. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. A lot of red flags. Too many people thought just because he's an immigrant, just because he don't like Trump, he's a good thing. No, he's not. No, he's not. Uh, Not at all. Halo, you got it.
Okay, so this is what I want to ask. Um, so if you think you built something, it doesn't make sense to me because why would you leave nothing from your land, leave your land to come to nothing and then build over there? Why didn't you build your country first before coming to somebody else's country and building? If that's the case, like it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't. It's not adding up. You came when there were opportunities because why else would you come? You saw opportunities that were already here, that our people already put down. And just so you know, picking cotton is what built this economy up. Slave free labor built the economy, not you. I mean, just because you come over here and you fix walls that's what already built, you plug holes in the ground that was already repairing holes in the wall. I mean, in the potholes. You think you did something, But really, you didn't do nothing. And honestly, I just want to be real with y'all. Y'all are failures. You failed your own nation, and you come over here and you couldn't get it cracking in your homeland, and you come over here and think you doing something over here. You didn't do nothing. You are a failure. You always look like a failure to me because you left your people behind like cowards. You left your people behind, and then you come over here and you try to take credit from my people because then you want to sit up here. You want to. I ain't never seen so many people want to be the slave so bad. Y'all want to be the slave so y'all can destiny swap. You look around and you ain't got no impact like that. So you got to sit up here and rewrite history to include yourself. But what you need to include is that you're a failure and you left your people behind and you didn't build nothing in your homeland. So what makes you think you built anything over here? We didn't flee nowhere. You fled. You left your land. We was here from the jump. You the one who crossed over that border, came over here and left them starving kids and them battered women behind. You left your people in the streets homeless. You left your nation unbuilt, unfinished. And then you come over here and you want to claim things that my people done because you ain't got an impact. And let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you what an immigrant is because I've been seeing some people in the comments. When you leave one nation and join another nation. Baby, we built the nation. So we didn't never just leave and to go join somebody else's nation. Y'all so smart until you know what an immigrant is. You play dumb when it comes to an immigrant. You know what an immigrant is. You want to sit up here and rewrite the definition of an immigrant so it can fit our narrative, and it don't fit our narrative. You can't sit at our table. You ain't march with us. You ain't pick cotton with us. You ain't sit down with my people. Now you want to come over here and claim things that don't belong to you. Get your hands up off my lineage. Get your hands up off my culture because it don't belong to you. And go build your own country. Go. You abandoned your own culture to come join my culture. You took off your attire to put on my attire. And then you want to come over here and say you built the country. Black American culture is the culture in America. Is the culture. You talk like us, you walk like us, you copy and paste us all the time. And you think you built something? You built just because Chinese people came over here and built some of the train tracks, which we built most of it. Most of the things was already laid down before they got over here. Just because you came and repaired, you think you built something. You didn't do nothing but failed your people and failed your nation. You are failures. You gonna always look like dirt failures to me. Goofy failures that couldn't get it cracked. Look at this man on this prompt. A failure. He wants to be a mayor in America instead of being a mayor to go help his own country out, to go uplift his own country. He left those people behind to come over here and join another nation. A failure. I don't care how much money you got, how successful you think you are. When you flee and you leave your people behind, you are a failure to me. And I'm going to land my plane.
All right, and that goes to the people who be all like, we all built this. I mean, built what? Notice I keep saying that. Built what? Who built what? And they be all like, well, they get very vague. Now we can be very specific. We can go all day long about what we did, when we did it, who did what. We know who did what, when we did it, what we did. And they said immigrants built the country. Oh, when did they do what? Well, I mean, sometimes there was a road we built. And you see that wall? I think we did that. Like, no, you see that? They didn't build anything. They came after everything was built. Like she said. Let's get to our sister, Parmela.
Hello, host. How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Last night, when I saw the results from all this madness on CNN, and he started speaking, and I was just like stunned. And then all of a sudden, he started mentioning Jamaicans, Haitians, blah blah this, blah blah that, the tethers. And I was waiting for. I thought at least he was going to say Foundation of Black American. He didn't say that. I was crushed. He ruined my night. Next to Gavin, a situation here in California, that passed. I was going to vote on that online, but it misminded my mind. So I was crushed on the East Coast and the West Coast. And then thinking about, what about the people that want reparations in New York? They don't have a chance. with this absolute idiot up there. Dirty, look homeless, look just icky. And I just feel so upset. Me being a black woman, feel so upset. I'm tired of immigrants. And I just want to lay my plan. That's what I want to say. I'm in my car now. It's not driving, but I'm just charging on my battery because it's about to run down. So I'm glad you got to me, host.
I appreciate you so very
So I'm
much.
just upset about everything.
Yeah.
Huh?
A lot of people are saying that they're upset. Thank you very much for that. Everybody tap the
You're
screen. We
welcome.
got well over 300 people in here. We ain't even got 30K likes. What's going on? Everybody, let's tap the screen. Everybody, mass tap the screen right now. Everybody, tap, 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 tap.
Or the
And
comments
if you're
going off.
listening on YouTube, hit the like. The comments have been going through the whole night.
Right. And I kind of want to touch on one who said we either assimilate with them or we face consequences. So I bounced them, right? So black Americans are built for this. I want to remind my people, we are built for this. This is why we survived over 500 years under the oppressor's thumb without the majority of us without kissing ass, because we got to take the loss for Clarence Thomas or whoever that, person is. So, Black Americans are built for this. Do we feel a little down that a lot of people ain't seeing what we see? But they even thought the slaves that was leaving the plantations were a little bit crazy. Now look at us, right? So we're just the first ones to be so loud about the changes that we need. But we're going to effect change. It's y'all who need us. Why do you think when y'all were protesting, the Haitians protest looked very weak? The Los Angeles protest, that looked very weak. Everybody called for black Americans. The King's protest looked unseasoned, right? It looked very unseasoned. And they went around the crowd looking for black Americans. Why? Because our voice, our presence, okay? We'll have the National Guard out there before we even hit the scene. We're powerful. Do we get a little let down when stuff like this happen? Yes, this is our land. This is exploitation. This is erasure. But I bet you we're the greatest comeback kids of all. They wouldn't be here.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. When we fight, we win. Thank you very much for that, BX. Let's get to Fran. Sorry. Fran, you got it.
Hey, host, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing? Can you give us your ethnic group?
I am Latino and I'm 42.
Okay. Like where from?
Specifically, my parents are from El Salvador, so Central America.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So my question to you is, why is it that if Black Americans are invented everything? Because it's the first time I hear your theory. How come Black Americans are some of the poorest in today's America? And then
Because of the
why,
system.
if you guys invented,
Hold on,
The
hold on.
land's there.
I got it.
Let him address that.
I got it. I got it.
you just say what I have to say, and then you can
Okay, yeah.
tell me. And then if you guys invented everything, why not go back to Africa and build it? Because even in most parts of Africa, there's no water, there's diseases. Why not go back and build the nation where your parents came from?
Okay, here's the thing. Before I know you, did you vote for Mandani? Did you vote
I'm
for
not
him?
from New York.
Okay, what state do you live in?
I, I live in Maryland.
You live in Maryland.
Mhm.
So you're not in El Salvador.
No, I'm not.
So what gives you the audacity to ask a question like that? What
Oh,
gives you
because
the
I'm an
audacity? No, no, no,
American.
no, 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 no.
I'm an American.
Stop. What gives you the audacity as someone who had to flee El Salvador? You don't live in El Salvador. What gives you the damn audacity to tell us we need to go somewhere else when you are
What
living in
made
a
you?
country?
Well, because
Stop.
you're
No, no,
saying
no,
that you
no, no,
built
no.
everything.
No, no,
You're saying you
no,
built everything.
no, no. See these racist ass immigrants. This is why we talk about immigrants running the city.
That's
It be folks like
the
him.
Spanish
He's
speaking
living
immigrant.
in Maryland.
You're
He's not
racist. You're
living.
the
No,
Oh
no,
well.
racist
no,
one.
no. That's enough
Oh
from you.
well.
That's
You're
enough
the
from you.
racist one.
That's
Oh
more than
well.
enough from you. This is the problem that we got with immigrants. Why don't you go to Africa? He don't even live in his own homeland. Okay, we built this country. He's living in a country that we built. We're from this country. We built this country. We're from the nation that our ancestors built. Our ancestors didn't leave a country to come to another country. We built the country. We are as American as it gets because we built it. He didn't build a damn thing, yet he's coming over here, and this much entitlement and this much nerve is why you don't see us caping for these immigrants. As BX was talking about, all of these protests are being done in one day and forgotten the next day because they're all out there with anti-black immigrants like himself from El Salvador. You want to talk about, first off, in the whole thing, or yeah, there's so many African nations that don't get water. Oh, if El Salvador got it like that, and first off, we're not even from Africa, we're from America. You sitting up there talking about Africa, why aren't you in El Salvador? Why don't you ask yourself, look in the mirror and ask yourself the same question? If you got anything done, why don't you go to El Salvador? How dare you come up over here and talk about a theory that we built the nation? A theory. I got more.
And,
I got proof that you didn't build a damn thing. You got a theory.
and
I
he
can build this
also
country. I got proof you didn't do shit.
And then he also called us the poorest in America. But me personally, they don't know nothing about our history of us being oppressed in America and them burning down many successful Black American communities, us outdoing the white tea people, them getting jealous, flooding up our village, our communities. And he got some nerve to come up here and ask us why we the poorest. You don't know nothing about American history. You just bring your po ass over here.
I look, and we need to get ICE in Maryland. That's what we need to do. ICE needs to swing by Maryland, pick his ass up. That's what
Thank
needs to
y'all for the
happen.
kids.
Oh, it was in DC. But you know, it's funny. He said I'm an American, and he wanted to. He basically was calling us Africans. Yet either him or his parents chose to come over this motherfucker. We've been over here for
Mhm.
over 400 years, documented at least. But even before that. But baby, if we're African, why the fuck you ain't Al Salvadorian or whatever the hell? You not claiming that. You claiming American. It's hilarious. Very anti-black.
You see that? And then when Mamdani comes up to us, yeah, it's going to remain a city of immigrants. That's who he's talking about. That's who he's talking about. And y'all wanted us to fight ICE so they can stay over here. That's who he's talking about. A damn theory. We probably built your homeland because y'all. It don't look like y'all building anything. Y'all are leeches coming over here leeching off of the work, the culture of somebody else. Now, Stephen, you said something. You had something you wanted to add, right, Stephen? What did you want to add, Stephen?
No, when you said that immigrants haven't built up the country, that's kind of false.
What is incorrect about that?
Well, you said you wanted to be
Wait, first off, where
specific.
are you from, Stephen?
Originally Jamaica.
Okay. Okay, what did Jamaicans do to America? How did Jamaicans build America?
Our influence culture because we can trace hip hop
No,
back
no,
to
no, no,
Jamaica.
not
No, no,
not
no, no. You
culture.
asked. No,
Hold
you
on, brother.
asked. You asked how does
Hold on,
no. You
brother. No,
asked.
not
No,
sir. I'm
you
being
asked.
respectful.
You
No,
asked.
because you're changing the question. You're changing the question. I said, what did you build in America? You said you influence culture. First off, you cannot. That's not something you can standpoint and say indefinitely. That's an opinion.
Wait.
Okay,
So you're saying?
and we
Oh,
can argue
wait.
all day long
Are you
about
saying Jamaicans didn't
opinions.
have a,
Hold
a
on.
influence on hip hop?
Hold on. Now you want to talk about influence on hip hop. Hip hop is a music genre that belongs to us in America. But now I want y'all to understand how they move the goalpost and move the
Exactly.
question. The question now we're discussing their influence, quote unquote, on hip hop. We're
We
talking
got
about the
influence in
building of
Jamaica
the
to make it
nation
easy. We
that
don't.
Okay, then.
pre-exists hip hop. So I'm asking because you said what I said was wrong. I'm saying, what did I say was wrong? What did Jamaicans build in America?
No, that
Okay.
wasn't your question. You're changing the. You're.
No,
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 that was
okay,
his
no.
question.
That was my question. That was my original question that you said no to. And now I'm saying,
Well,
what did the
these rooms are
Jamaicans build in
recorded,
America?
sir.
Go ahead.
Don't lie.
We're listening.
No, you said immigrants didn't build America. That's what you said. That was your
I
original.
asked you. I
No,
said that,
that
and
was
then
your
I asked
original
you before
question.
you went on.
Don't
I
overtalk the
asked you
host.
before you went on. What did Jamaicans? Because you said you're from Jamaica. What did Jamaicans do?
No, you asked me what my name is and where I'm from, but your general question was what did immigrants do for the country?
Okay, now
That
you're
was the
lying.
basis. That was the original basis. Are you lying now?
And then when he found out you was Jamaican, said, "What did Jamaicans build? Y'all didn't build nothing. You turned to influencing hip hop, which is an outright lie, and Hurt said so himself. So you're not gonna play with me. Now, calm down, stop acting unruly. Calm down if you want to have the discussion. Herc himself said that he came to something already done. Herc had Black American mentors, right? Herc was only used because he had a big sound system, big speaker box. However, he did not create what was already going on. Jamaicans are only 100 years old in New York. Black Americans been here since the 1600s. We predate the country. We don't need nobody to migrate here and give us culture. We didn't need y'all.
Now,
And there's a video of Bob Marley's son out saying how Black Americans were not his audience. It was
okay,
white hippies,
before
and they had to find a
BS.
way to tap into us. You
Okay,
always needed us,
before we
Stephen.
lose track and
I'm
get into the
sorry.
whole hip hop conversation,
Okay,
before we do
yeah.
that, let me reiterate: there's well over 400 people in the room, and I need y'all to tap the screen because we can get to 100,000 in the next 5 minutes if everybody taps the screen. So everybody, let's tap the screen. In the next 5 minutes, it's 11:01 now. So by 11:06, we should get to 1K if everybody taps the
Or the
screen.
comments
That's
coming
all the
off.
note.
Or the comments
Okay,
going
or the
off.
comments might have to come off. It might have to come off, and y'all don't want that to happen. So here's the thing. I said, "Where are you from?" He said, "Jamaica." I said, "What did Jamaicans specifically?" Because he's from Jamaica. His people are Jamaican. So what did Jamaicans specifically do? He said, "Influence the culture." I said, first off, that's first off, influence in and of itself is arguable. It's something that people can argue all day long if something had or if a group of people had influence over something. Okay, that can be argued, and to be very honest, is that's on your end a losing argument. But I said building America. America did not get built with hip hop. I'm talking about the infrastructure. I'm talking about the economy of America. What did Jamaicans do? How did Jamaicans build that? How did
And that,
Jamaicans build the
my,
economy and the infrastructure of America, sir?
how long have I been waiting?
I don't know, dude.
To the
How's
question.
that answering your question?
When did I first come on? What was my first
Answer the
input?
question. You have your
What was
moment to
my first
shine.
input?
Shine,
Okay,
shine,
here's what we're
shine,
gonna
and
do.
don't
What
get
was my
Audience, I want
messy.
first
y'all to listen to
input?
this. I'm gonna give him 2 whole minutes, uninterrupted. Nobody interrupt him. I'm gonna give him two. Oh, okay. I was like, I can't change it. I'm gonna give you 2 minutes. Go ahead, say anything you want to say. Watch this, y'all. Watch.
I was saying America is a people of immigrants. You have the first whites, the Europeans that came over. You can say y'all could say the African that was brought over here. You can say the Asians that helped build the all infrastructure, the Irish. Um, even going up to today to the rocket revolution when they brought when they brought over the Germans to help with rockets to bring us to the moon and everything else. So to say immigrants haven't paid their part in building America as it is today, that's craziness. You have the Mexicans, you have they already had you had the frontier people, which were mainly white, that built up. Why do you think we have California and everything else? So to say that America isn't a people of immigrants who didn't help build America, built up its superpower, it takes from every nation that comes here. So the strength is just based in just Africa. Yes, African people played a big part, but to say America didn't draw its strength from every nation that came here, that's ludicrous to say.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Let me ask you this question, and I want y'all to understand that he keeps talking about contributions, right? I didn't say contributions. I said build. Okay, if I build a house, when the house is finished, the house is done. Anything that happens after I have built the house is an
Hmm.
improvement of the house. If you move the furniture in the house, you move furniture in the house. You cannot claim you built the house. I don't care what couch, what TV, what what bed you put in the house. I don't care if you paint the walls, if you add new flooring to the house. If I built the house and you came in, no matter what you did, the house has already been built before you got there. You're talking about contributing to rockets and space launches and stuff like that. That didn't build America. America was not built by space rockets. You're talking about stuff that was done after you're here. And you're saying African immigrants. They were not African immigrants. If you mean the 4 to 5% of the transatlantic slave trade slaves that also built America, that's what we're referring to too. Foundational black American slaves built it, which is why you got to be so vague about what everybody else contributed. Notice how vague they have to be about everything everybody else did, because they didn't do anything. They did not build anything. They came after the house was built. And that's why they get very vague when you ask them to give a very specific answer, the time and the people who did what. They can't answer that because they didn't do it. Now we're going to move on. I just wanted to show proof. I just want to show proof. These people literally will lie, and they will be in the chat room lying the whole time. Stephen was lying the whole time. We did it. We did it. We did it. Okay, what did you guys build? We built rockets. When? Okay, when did that happen? Well, after the country was built. Okay, all of this stuff that you're saying, even the Asians that, first off, they didn't build the railroads. Even the Asians that helped expand the railroads, they did that after the country was built. That's not building the country.
They will find any excuse to ignore the real contributions. I know you gave him the contribution thing because he was naming contributions, but let's be honest here. Y'all may have, I don't even think contribution is the right word, because what they're doing when they say stuff like that is trying to undermine the real impactful contributions Black foundational Black Americans actually gave this country, founded this country on. So yeah, you could have came in. It's like, I mean, just like you said, you built a house, you changed out a TV or switch a new sink, baby. What did you really? So I'm just saying, we can be nice and say the contributions, but we built this shit. There is no other. We didn't have no fucking help. Y'all wasn't with us shooting in the gym. Y'all wasn't with us on the plantations. So let's just keep it a band. It's an anti-Black talking point. They ain't built a goddamn thing. We built everything. Please.
All right, let's get you user 31. We got a lot of people coming out.
Can you guys hear
Y'all
me?
make sure y'all tap the screen. We almost at 100K. You see,
I'm gonna drop and let somebody else up.
Appreciate you, Halo. Thank you very much.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, where are you from?
So I'm from LA,
Okay, where are your people from? Where's your ethnic
Mexico.
background? Mexico. You're Mexican. Okay.
Yeah, Mexican.
Okay.
So
What happened? Damn, ICE came already. He said Mexico, his stuff got cut. I was like, oh my God, ICE got him already.
I kind of want to address two comments really fast. Do not bring up the intercolonial, the intra-America, or the triangular slave trade if you don't have an ancestry's name, right? So we do understand that the enslaved were taken from New York to the islands, from the islands back to the states, right? 'Cause it's New York, Jersey, Philly, and Virginia, and some other place. Those people more than likely identify as foundational Black Americans now because of ethnogenesis. There are families that descend from them. They know the ancestor's name. If you don't have an ancestor's name on your tree that was harmed by that, don't use it in this room with me. You don't get to keep exploiting the ancestors in the manner that you have. Africans, Caribbeans, and Black Americans are not the same people. We're ethnically different. We have different histories. That's fine. I would never claim Dutty Bookman. I would never say Nanny Maroon was less to her people than Harriet Tubman was to us. Like, y'all say the most ridiculous things. You don't give people their proper respect, but you're going to do that shit today in this room. So Nanny Maroon, Dutty Bookman, everybody was good for the island, right? Don't compare them to our Harriet Tubman, okay? She was good for us. The Africans have a different history of colonization, but they don't deserve a dime plus slavery. We are not the same people. We don't think alike. Black Americans created family reunions. We didn't create the sellout. Thank you.
Okay. User. I guess the ICE let you go. They gonna let you speak now. You detained.
Apparently, yeah.
All right. What you got to say?
Man,
Damn. They said nope. They said we
Now
still
you know they
got you.
watching social media for real. I
accessible
said.
problem clear. This was before slavery happened, so we built that. If you guys
You
know
built
about
what
that,
before slavery? Hold on. What?
Cesar
Oh,
Poblano Cliff.
the Poblano Cliff.
Yeah, have you guys heard about that?
No, and nobody else in the world has. What are you talking about? You built a
You guys should do
cliff?
your research, man.
You built a
You guys should,
cliff?
you guys
I
should
want
do.
y'all to ice. Go ahead, get
We
him.
built.
Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Do y'all see what I'm talking about? They are stretching and reaching so bad they're claiming cliffs. How do you build a cliff before America? What does that mean? We built a cliff. What? What?
They reaching for anything to say they just trying to. It's a Destiny Swap thing. Halo had just mentioned that. It's a Destiny Swap thing too, girl. They're reaching for anything.
He built a cliff. Why don't y'all go build cliffs back at home then? Why are y'all over here? Don't you talk? I moved that rock. There's a rock over there. We moved it, so technically that can. I mean, come on, it's sad, especially when you see grown men trying to reach like this. Like this is sad. This is just sad, y'all. This is sad. This is desperate.
And it doesn't equate. Let me just double down too. If even if y'all did build anything, nigga, we gave y'all the tools. Can we just be honest here? Because y'all try to act like they doing this to act like they have just as much as claim to this land as we do, or they are equal citizens, they have the same amount of American citizenship, whatever the fuck however you want to word it. But it's not the same. Even if you want to say they did build something or you did contribute something, we gave you the tools. You wouldn't have anything to build with without us. You wouldn't even be allowed to build without us. So please, miss me with the anti-black talking points. We are not the same. We're not the same. We're not the same. Please. We are the only real Americans. Get the hell up out of here.
He said a cliff.
A cliff.
He said a cliff.
A cliff. And
Okay.
we was out here building pyramids in this motherfucker. He talking about a cliff. They real.
We built a cliff. He said we built a cliff. Okay.
Well, Afro, remember the lady when we were talking on the live with Sister Brooke and Brother Divine, and we talked about how they wanted to be paid reparations because the Brits traveled here and built the building.
Yeah.
I mean, these people are greedy.
Oh yeah. Oh yes, indeed. These people are these people will claim anything to be a part of this. They will claim quite literally anything. I'm hearing people just make stuff up. Okay? And then okay, I'm hearing people make stuff up. How and why did you build a cliff? Okay.
Where's that cliff at today?
Where he named a cliff I've never heard of before. I give him credit for it. I don't, why did you aren't cliffs like a natural occurrence? How did you constructed it? I mean, bravo, I suppose, but okay. Boy. All right. Boy, okay. The immigrants ain't looking that good, but let's get to Jareem. I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce your name.
You
Let's go get to
before.
Denzimus.
Yes. Hey, how you guys doing?
Good, how you doing?
Good, good. So, I definitely want to say, I appreciate like that everybody's so confident in everything that they're saying. But so I'm Haitian descent. I've been in the States since I was 5 years old, and from my perspective, and this is if we're sharing equally here, I feel that we can't talk about any of this if it wasn't for Haitians being a big part of building. When we say build, nobody had to build a cliff. Nobody had to build a house but we're talking about economical, political agendas that this country had that a lot of people did not know of. So Haitians, we help be a part of that, and also we were invited as far as even in Savannah, Chicago. We helped build a lot of those areas when it comes to helping build. So I could confidently say, just like ZZ and BX are talking, that we help build something. I feel like we all need
Okay.
to change the divisiveness of the conversation to just say, you know what, equally, there's certain people that cannot talk in this, man. Maybe it's the Latino and whites or whatever, but at the end of
Haiti
the day,
speaks
we
Latino,
all,
correct?
as far as Caribbean, we helped all the Caribbean and even America build the infrastructure that it has today.
And I'm
Caribbean,
glad
not
that you're
American.
here
Thank you.
because I keep hearing that talking point, especially and in particular from the Haitians. So I'm so glad that you're here so we can finally put this to bed. I'm glad because I'm hearing a lot of people respond to Haitians. I'm seeing people make videos, tweeting Haitians and stuff like that. So I'm glad that we actually have a Haitian here who believes what you believe so we can put this to bed. Haitians built what exactly? You're saying that they contributed to the government and all of this. What exactly did Haitians build? And then when did Haitians build that?
So when you say build, because I'm a little confused because you guys put out build and build. What did African Americans build?
What do you mean
Because
foundational black Americans? Because he is an African American, technically. Mandani is an African American, technically. So
well,
are you referring to foundational black Americans?
so I personally I don't see a difference in foundational because we
Well,
all
I
came
do,
from
because he's
Africa.
not a foundational black American. So
Neither
there
are
is.
you, Mr. Haitian. Neither are you. You're not foundational to America.
And it's
Does
not
not
really
take the
up for you
Haitian
to
fight a game
decide
of
who
chess.
we are, though.
So when somebody naturalizes in this country and takes the oath
You're
and
a
says that they're
citizen.
American,
You're a
they're
citizen.
just basically,
You're
You're a
not the
not
same as
citizen.
not
us.
a
Here
You're
is
part
the
of that.
here. Okay,
naturalized.
before because we're losing the plot, and you're doing this
Right.
deliberately. I know what you're doing. We're losing this
No, I'm
deliberately
not doing
because you're
anything
trying to
but
Okay,
stop,
showing
mute
my
sir.
up.
point.
You're trying to
Mute up,
distract
man.
from the conversation.
Okay,
If
let's
he is
get back
born
to
in
Zoran
Africa and
then.
he is an American citizen, he puts on his documentation that he is an African American. He can sign that. Elon Musk has joked about being an African American because he was born in Africa and he is an American citizen.
But he's
So he
not an
is, and he
American.
puts
Let's
on
be
his
clear.
paperwork that he is an African American. You can look this up. I'm not making this up. He's done it. You can look it up. He's admitted to it. There's nothing to lie about. So that's
Okay.
why we're saying we're using a very specific term, foundational black American. So is that are foundational black Americans? That's who you were referring to, correct?
Okay, correct. So one
Okay.
thing that I have to say, as far as Zoran goes, I could agree on one thing that you guys are pushing. He did mention in his speech a lot about immigrants, and I know you guys are not liking that fact.
But
But
hold
think
on.
of
I think we're losing the plot. We're losing the question, though.
It's not a
Because
fact
you
either.
said you because you're losing it, and I remember it. I asked what the Haitians built and when the Haitians built it. Built that.
so when you ask that question, we basically helped build the Louisiana Purchase. Let's put it like that. We helped build the city of Chicago. Let's put it like that. And those are facts.
Okay.
We
Let's
have
talk about
statues
the
in
let's
both
okay, let's
places
talk
saying
about
that we not only
You was
contributed but
gonna
helped
address your
build
comment.
physically, economically,
No,
and
you didn't.
politically as
And
well.
okay,
he's
let's
gonna
okay,
address
hold on.
something.
Let's talk about Chicago. Okay, that because that's where I'm from. So let's talk about Chicago. How did Haitians help build Chicago? You can unmute yourself.
Yeah. So the first black millionaire, right, was from Haiti. He actually was a part of helping Wall Street. And sad to say that we were taken advantage of, but Haitian dollars were running through the J.P. Morgan
Okay,
Chase
now we
banks,
gotta hold on. Now we have to
which
understand
funded the
something though.
building of Chicago.
Hold on, we have to understand something. There was a lot of slave owners from Haiti who fled to America after 1804. So when people say Haiti, people naturally assume the black Haitians. People don't assume all of the YT Haitians that fled from Haiti after the 1804 or during the 1804 years. Okay, so let's be very clear with that. Chicago was a trading port, is been pretty much the trading city of America. Now, the people who say that Chicago was founded by a Haitian person,
Jean Baptiste
John
Dupont.
Baptiste du Sable, right?
Right.
People assume that he is Haitian, but the woman who came up with the rumor that he was Haitian has been debunked as a liar after she confessed to never have meeting him. And she admitted it was a YT woman who admitted that she lied about his background and she actually never met him. And I showed that, or I explained that on YouTube. Now, whether he's Haitian or not, Chicago as a city is not, and that was technically built, it was discovered as a city around 1830. It was in the 1830s, which was really around the time the country was built anyway. And then you said the Louisiana Purchase, what does that have to do with Haitians in the Louisiana Purchase?
So we were giving a plot of land in Louisiana for our I guess our contribution to helping that purchase exist, because without us there would be no, like, the western part of the United States, which you see now, would not even be a conversation. So this is why, like, I get confused when you say build, because we don't necessarily have to build something that is being
Now
built
you
could
said you
be.
were a part of that. What part did you all play?
So we fought for that right to basically allow America to purchase from France, which was the oppressor at the time, right? Because there's always an oppressor. So we fought to help, and it with that great help. Now this is where the
Okay,
slaves
so
come in.
let
This
me
is where the black
let's be
Americans
abundantly
come
clear.
in.
So you all fought who to help you?
We
Haitians
fought
fought.
alongside the white man, right, to help purchase the Louisiana Purchase. So without that, so any black Afro American that is from Louisiana, Chicago, is what I'm saying is that is
Excuse me.
derived exactly from us being building and helping the United States for the long run.
Oh my god.
Okay, at this point, you're making that up.
Thank
No,
you.
no, it's
You are
not making
making
up.
that up.
It's not making up. So
You're
if I
not.
think
You're
about the
making that
Louisiana
up, man.
Purchase, where do
No,
African
no. Because the thing is, and you're saying about the fight. Are you talking about the Battle of Savannah? Is that what you're talking about?
That's Georgia. That's Georgia. We're talking about the Louisiana Purchase.
When did the Louisiana Purchase happen?
I don't know the exact date, but this is before. This is before. While you guys were enslaved, we
No, because
as
no, no, no,
Haitians,
no, no, no. When
we
did the?
as
It's
Haitians,
very important. No, it's very important. Notice that I said when did the Louisiana? Because you're riding on this Louisiana Purchase that
Right.
you all claim
And
you
I'm gonna
fought
just
for.
double check
When
my
did the
notes.
Louisiana Purchase happen? Go ahead. Unmute yourself. Y'all see how they lie? Go ahead.
it's not a lie. You're obviously
But
picking the ones that
answer
you're
the
more
question.
interested
If
in.
you're educating us and you don't know, then what's going on?
Well,
You're
so what?
educating us. We don't know. I'm asking. When did the Louisiana Purchase happen?
So the Louisiana Purchase, while there was slavery going on, right?
Can you give a
We
date?
there. Okay,
Can you
the
give a
date. Let's see.
date with numbers?
At least estimate.
All right.
Okay, I got the date. Y'all want me
Now
to give you
I
the
know
date?
the date.
Okay.
I want him to say
So
the date.
the Louisiana Purchase was 1803. The
Okay.
acquisition of the
So
Louisiana Purchase.
okay,
We
1803,
got our
1803. Hold
independence
on,
in
1803.
1804.
1803. When did Haiti defeat the French?
What do you mean? When did Haiti defeat?
When did Haiti
We
when
got
did
our
Haiti win the
independence in
war and be
1804.
okay,
1804.
1804. So you all, while you guys were fighting your own battle,
Right?
okay, before, because technically you weren't Haiti until 1804, technically speaking. Okay, so before you were Haiti, Haiti fought to get us the Louisiana Purchase, right? How does that make sense?
Hold on. Sorry, I got focused on the comments. So, say that again, please.
Okay, if you all were not free until 1804, how did you guys fight for Louisiana, or how did you guys fight to get the Louisiana Purchase in 1803, a year prior to you all being free?
So the Louisiana Purchase, you have to see that as the not the us fighting for our independence. That was to aid America, because remember, America at the point were exploiting all these little countries, and this was a treaty. If we help them do this, then they would be a supporter to us against the French. So this is what's happened.
Oh wow, I
Yeah.
didn't know this history. Okay, damn.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
that's what happened. So when we helped them defeat, we pretty much got honored for our bravery for helping them and given plots of land. A lot of Haitians got plots of land in Louisiana, Savannah, and Chicago because of our bravery in in that
Wait,
segment of
y'all got
history.
plots of land in Chicago, even though
Yes,
Chicago didn't exist until 30 years later?
there's
Hold
statues,
on.
there's
Chicago
statues
didn't
in
exist as a
Louisiana.
city. Hold on, I'm just saying because the dates. I'm just trying to get the dates aligned. So before Haitians were free in 1804, they were
Hmm.
fighting in Louisiana to make a deal for America to help them
Right.
defeat the French, and America gave them the reward with lots of plots of land in Louisiana and in Chicago, even though Chicago didn't exist until about 30 years later, is what you're saying.
So Chicago came in after, but so the
Like
point that
30
I'm
years
proving,
after,
the
not just
point that I'm
after, 30
proving,
years
you
after.
answered my question with just what you were saying. How did we
Okay.
help build? This wouldn't even be a conversation if we did not help build anything. So you're trying to decipher what I'm saying for something else. I'm just telling you we help build, and I have proof that
I'm
I've stated as well, and you can't debunk what I'm saying either.
Not going back to Haiti.
I'm not
Specific
trying to
Why
even
dates.
Haiti
debunk
look
it. I'm
like
trying
that
to make
now?
You
it
want
make sense.
specific
I'm trying
dates.
to make it make
What the
sense.
Yes,
biggest
we
But
thing?
want
thank you,
we
sir.
want
Thank you.
specific dates, sir.
We heard what you had to say. There's other speakers who need a
The
chance to
biggest
speak,
thing
and we've
is
heard what you had to
And
say.
why aren't
I
y'all
want
going
to
back
thank
to help Haiti?
I
you
want
guys.
to
Yeah.
Go build
Y'all
Haiti.
build over here and didn't
Go
build Haiti.
build
It's
Haiti.
crazy.
Y'all ain't build over here. Y'all were enslaved. Y'all were
First off, somebody say,
enslaved.
hold on. Somebody say, y'all can't debunk his facts. I'm just saying the dates. All I'm saying is the dates. The
BX,
math
I'd
is
love.
debunking his
Don't
facts.
talk to
All I'm
BS.
saying is the dates. He's saying
The
before
one
they were
hit
free,
wonders
they went
fight
to
harder to get
America
on my nerves
and
than
made
you
a
do your
and made a
homeland.
be and made a
Poverty
deal.
flag waving
Be
motherfucker.
be okay.
Yeah.
And made a deal before they made a deal with America to help to what was the deal y'all made with America exactly though? What was the deal Haitians made with America?
So will you guys stop muting me, because it's kind of getting annoying
Answer the
if
question.
we're having a
You could have
conversation
answered the
back and
question
forth.
in the
I'm
time
not
you
upset. It
talking.
seems like BX is
Answer,
upset,
yeah, because
and
you
you
know
know.
what?
Okay, well, we're
Y'all
gonna move.
are
Stop,
leeches.
stop. We're gonna move
Y'all
on.
are one hit
We're gonna
wonders.
move on because we're not because
And
there's more
so
people waiting, and I'm not gonna be on here all night long. We're gonna move on. Okay, we don't need to do all that now. We don't. We're gonna move on. Let things be what it is. I
Yo,
want y'all to know.
yo,
You somebody like Afro. Why didn't you debunk them? All I said was the dates.
He
That's
did.
debunking
my
enough.
brother.
This man, in order for what he said to have happened, they need to be time travelers. So unless Haitians are time travelers, he debunked himself.
Literally.
Okay, they were a factor, and he was very vague about how they were a factor in the Louisiana Purchase. That's the deal America made with France. It didn't have to do with Haitians standing up and fighting them. Haitians were fighting against the French. Haitians were
That's
not
crazy.
fighting alongside America to defeat the French in Louisiana. And then he said in the reward, the treaty was the America was going to give them plots of land in Louisiana and in Chicago. I said the same Chicago that didn't exist until 30 plus years later. He said, yeah. What? They're going to give you land that don't exist in a city that don't exist 30 years later. Yeah, Chicago can't. What? Okay.
I
And
knew he
then
was gonna bring it
where
up.
are, hold on, he didn't stay long enough. Where are the treaties now? Where are the Haitian treaties now? What happened to those treaties that they fought for when they fought for the French Revolution? For when they fought for the Louisiana Purchase? Where are the, because by that you would assume that they would have the same treaties that the Native Americans have. Come on, let's think. So where are their treaties now? Where are their treaties in Louisiana? Where are their treaties in Chicago? All I'm doing is asking.
And
Okay.
where's the land? Do you see them out there? Are there little Hades in Chicago? Like they out there like that? They still the plots that America gave them. Oh, okay. I'm
All
just
right.
asking.
Boy. Okay. Let's get to Denzimus.
Oh, goodness.
And we got almost 500 people in here. Let's everybody tap the screen. Tap the screen. Tap it. Tap it. Tap it. Tap it. Tap it.
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have to take some damn Tylenol later from that headache.
Oh, me
But
too.
take like pop like three of them bitches. But yeah, I wanted to reply to just the two comments. I want to reply to assimilation. We're not going to never assimilate as FBAs because we're not about to allow ourselves to be wiped out as a group. You other groups don't understand that these people have already not only have
Oh, my bad. My bad. I didn't mean to do that. My fault. Go ahead. Go ahead.
oh shit. But yeah, what they don't understand is we're not about to allow ourselves to be wiped off the face of the earth. That's just not going to happen. We're literally on top of that. We're literally made to stand out. We're made to just be awesome. So I'm that's all I'm gonna say on that. And I want to say to the Spanish guy, dude, he just needs to worry about fixing my fucking Chipotle order correctly. Like, I don't know why a Spanish person is coming over here talking shit about an FBA when your country is literally these Spanish speaking countries are so degenerate that they can literally create a whole best selling video game about the damn degenerates. Okay?
You sound a little muffled, so we're gonna. I don't know if you can, if you're on Bluetooth or
Okay.
something like that, but
Well, I'm gonna just end it by saying this. This is why I don't want this. I'm just like so. This Zohran Mamdani, whatever his name is. Like he. I just feel like this is just the beginning of the shit show with the Democrats. Like they just don't freaking get it. They just don't freaking get it.
they don't. They
Yeah.
don't get it. They don't understand it. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. And I'm saying this to say, I'm gonna cycle you out, but I'm saying this to say, all of the people, immigrants did build the country. They did. Okay, what did they build? Okay, well, here. Oh, there was a cliff. Hold on. We built that cliff. Don't you come on. We're gonna cycle everybody in the queue. We're gonna get to you. We're gonna get to you. We gotta move on though. Cause I can monologue for a little bit. And I wanna make sure we get to the next speakers though. They built a cliff. So we'll give them credit for the cliff, okay?
And you said they was multitasking,
Hey,
oppression,
I'm not
fighting,
going to
fussing.
claim the clip,
Damn
Afro. You
Asian.
can't give them anything. You
You
give
said
them
what?
a, and I might want to build the cliff. I might want to claim the cliff. We can't give them nothing.
Yeah,
Nothing.
okay.
Look at what they do. Now they build hip hop. Somebody gonna say they built R&B. You know what I'm saying? They gonna say we got our fashion for them. Meanwhile, they can't dress. They wear flip flops and sandals with socks and whatnot. I mean, this is just ridiculous.
Somebody saying railroads, that y'all didn't build that.
Oh, they such
Ask
a
where the
shame
first
on the
railroads were. They didn't
young
even build the railroads. Even the Chinese people didn't do that. They didn't build or invent rather the railroads. Y'all know that was there before they got there. Okay, there was railroads before they got there. All right, and y'all not Chinese. That's the craziest thing. We're like Chinese built the railroads. Y'all not even Chinese. Why y'all
As long
arguing
as
that?
they can give an immigrant group some credit, that's all they give. As long as it's not black Americans getting credit, that's all they care about.
They just came
Absolutely
immigrant
so.
by. Okay, all right. Let's get to Bob. Bob,
Yes, yes, yes. Hello, my brother. How you doing?
how you doing? Where you from, Bob?
Originally, I'm from Africa, but I was in America from 2015 and 2020. I came back to my country,
Okay, where's your country?
Chad, Africa. It's Middle Africa.
Okay, Chad. Okay. What do you
Yes.
want? What do you want to add?
So what I wanna add, I hear it like you say, bill. The immigration, they not build anything in America, right? That's how you say.
No, I said America. The immigrants did not build America. That's a different statement. For me to say immigrants didn't build anything in America is not what I said. I said they did not build America. So that means they came to America, and there might have been some things that they added to it. And there's nobody who's going to honestly deny that there's been nothing added to it by immigrants. What we said was that you can add to a house, but you did not build the house. That's the argument. And that's the thing that Mamdani is arguing, that the people who quote unquote put furniture in the house, they should be credited as the builders of the house, which strips the actual builders of the house away from our just credit. We are the builders of the house. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay, so that's what we're saying.
Okay, but I mean, like Zahran Mamdani, like he say, immigration bill in America. So I mean, like bill is a lot of different thing, you know. So it's not the build,
No,
the
no,
building.
no,
It's not the
brother. No,
building.
hold on, hold on.
The building is not the people that come from outside. No, the building, that's the American people. They build that. The immigration people, that's they do like
No, no, because and here's the thing: when we say build, y'all want build to be so vague so y'all can fit in it. No, everybody knows what built is. Everybody, every country that is built by the people of that country. If you guys come later, you didn't build it. You
okay,
didn't build the country. Y'all keep trying to expand the definition of the word build so y'all can fit in.
okay.
Come on, that
So
don't do that.
I've been think this people, all the people they live in America, 95% people they came from different country. So that's
95% did not come from different
95% they
countries.
came from different country. Only the native American,
No,
they are
no,
they
dude,
from
no,
there.
no, 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 no.
All yeah,
Stop.
you talk now. You from different country. You are not from
No, I'm
America.
not
Like
from no different
See,
country,
hold
dude. And
on. Let
don't
me tell you
overtalk the
something.
host. Don't overtalk the host. If my ancestors, and I want this to be known, if my ancestors built a nation, by definition, they are from that nation. Everyone in the world, not just America, everyone in the world, this is world history, is from the nation they built. That goes for every nation. And only America do you guys argue that that is not the truth.
yeah,
We are the only stop
who's
dude,
the
stop it
okay.
dude. Only in America do you all argue that that is not the truth. You all never claim that Chinese people are not Chinese because they were actually or Japanese rather. Japanese people are not Japanese because you guys were actually Chinese people. No, you guys said, well, you built Japan, you're Japanese. If we built America, we're American. We're not from the previous nation. You're from the nation you built. Just like you're from Chad, you're not from the previous nation. You're from the nation your ancestors built. We're from the nation our ancestors built. We are not immigrants. We did not come later. We did not leave a nation to come to another nation. We built the nation. Therefore, we're of the nation. And everybody accepts this when it comes to every other group of people except us. Every immigrant has some type of bias and denial of the fact that we are from here. Everybody. And you guys wonder why people are so sick and tired of y'all. And why people are fed up, because nobody treats y'all like that. Nobody does that to you guys. And nor do you guys do that to anybody else. You all only do that to us. And then when we say we're done, we're fed up with you guys, then y'all want to claim that that's xenophobia. When you guys are practicing the same colonization behavior practices that got your country messed up. Stop doing that. Since you don't know what you're talking about, we're going to move on. I'm not even going to entertain that.
You provide her insight so far, Afro, because I know I hear her over there. She's just over there agreeing with you.
Yeah, because I absolutely agree. I do. And it's funny because even he back in his homeland and still got the same damn sentiments as the tethers over here that think they are Black Americans or think they are foundational Black Americans that are trying to cosplay as us. So it just goes to show that even when they acting like they don't want to get in the club, they still hating from outside the club, nigga. You in a whole nother country. talking about what another group of people did for another group of people in another place that you don't even have any connections to. So I don't even know why the fuck he even got up here, nigga. You in Chad? You should be worried about the people of Chad and what they did for the people of Chad, what they did for the land over there, how y'all built your own country. But you're so worried about these people want to be us, man. That's ultimately the anti-blackness is a level of envy underneath it that you want to be in our position for some reason. Everybody just want to be American. Just like that, even the first guy, the Hispanic dude that came up and was like, "Oh, I'm American, but I'm from El Salvador." It's like you people really don't want to be yourselves, and I get it because look at what we built. We built the land of the free, babe, and it's crazy because we weren't even free when we did the shit. So yeah, I get the level of envy that comes with that because a lot of y'all are fleeing your own homelands instead of doing what we did over here and building that shit up. But you're not. No matter how much envy and hate and anti-blackness that you have built up, it's not going to change the simple fact that you are not us. We are the only real Americans. I'm standing on that. There is no other real Americans outside of our nation. So let's just keep it a buck. Y'all ain't us. Y'all can't never be us. So yeah, it's a little envy. It's egregious.
All right, hold on. Boy, they can't make no legitimate argument. And I want y'all to understand. Anytime they imply that, well, no, technically we're all that's disrespectful.
It
And
is.
it should, and it is up to us not to allow that to be tolerated. Okay, every time, fire back immediately. Immediately fire back on that. You cannot allow that to fester. You cannot allow that to go unchecked at all. Fire back immediately. Okay? Because everybody else in the world will fire back if you say that the nation that their ancestors put blood, sweat, and tears into building is not theirs. They would immediately fire back on you. And that's what we got to be doing. Let's get to, I think we have King, and then we'll have Amar.
How's it going, guys?
That's good. I'm good. How you doing? And where you
I'm
from?
good. I'm good. I'm an immigrant. I'm from Kenya.
Okay.
Yes. And that was so embarrassing. I'm not gonna lie. What I've had here was so embarrassing. And I'm the few immigrants that I'm actually sharing for you guys to delineate. This has to happen because it's crazy. Like I had the guy from El Salvador. He doesn't know the difference between foundational Black Americans and an immigrant like me, who's an American citizen, but I'm the African American. You
Your
guys are
your
from.
mic is a little muffled though. I don't know I don't know if you're on Bluetooth or speaker or what's going on.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's a lot
Better,
better.
much better.
Yes. I was like the guy from El Salvador. I was about to say I'm the African American because I came here and got citizenship. You guys are the foundational Black Americans, but he didn't know the difference, and that was wild to me. Then the guy who was here earlier, it looks like everybody's claiming they built America. I'm from Kenya. As far as I know, no Kenyan helped build America. It's a fact. And I think it's just comprehension because when you guys say build, I don't know if they understand like the foundation, like from scratch. I don't know if they understand that. Like there was nothing here. And when you tell them, hey, we built this, they don't see like you built like I'll compare it to a house. You build the foundation, you build the walls, you put the windows in the house, you put the heat and water, and me as an immigrant, I bring my recliner. Then I come here and I claim, oh, hey, I built this too. You see how that sounds? It's crazy, but yeah, I think it's just a comprehension thing, and I'm just glad to be here, and I'm learning a lot from you guys, and I thank you for, the information you guys are spreading, and that's all I have to say.
Well, appreciate that. Appreciate that. Let me add though. They get what they're doing. They know what they're doing.
So it's
Because
intentional?
if I said that we built El Salvador, he would refute that. And he would ask for proof and validation. And he would refute every claim that we built El Salvador. If I said, well, no, I went to El Salvador and we built a cliff in El Salvador, so technically we built El Salvador too, he would refute that. If there's nowhere else in the world where we can go and say that we built it, and the actual natives of that country wouldn't refute that.
True,
But
true.
they're coming over here saying that they built something and then acting like they don't know what the word built means.
But this is factual. Like, that's why I'm saying every immigrant should have a course study in Black history and general American history. It's in the books. Who built this country? It's in the books. Like, if you go study, it will tell you who built this country. It's not something to argue about or nothing. It's factual.
It is. That's true. Appreciate your honesty. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you.
Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it.
Also,
See? You
tell them
see how
don't
well
use
we can
African
get
American
along
though.
with people who tell the truth? Do you see that?
Tell them don't use African American though. I did want to put that out there.
Oh
'Cause
yeah,
we
don't
don't. Yeah.
yeah. If you say African, because technically
Kenyan American.
Mandani
Sorry.
is an African
Kenyan
American.
American.
Okay,
Can't get American. There you go.
Yes.
all right. Because you know we're trying to retire that word. So, but appreciate it. All right. You see, we're not hostile at all. You see that? We're gonna cycle you out though, because we need to get more people up. We got a lot of people wanting to speak. So, but you see, as long as you come up and speak truth, that's all we ask for is for people to be honest.
Be honest.
Okay? Just be honest. We're the nicest people. Aren't we
You
so
know what's
nice?
funny too? They don't be doing this for white tea Americans. But like they don't have these same sentiments with white tea Americans. I don't ever hear them going this hard for white tea Americans and how they ain't do nothing for the country or how immigrants did more than I don't be saying them do that. They love to do
Nope.
with us.
They always do it to us. We're
Mm,
so nice. Aren't we
elevation.
nice, BX? BX, aren't we nice? BX is the nicest. You should see BX. BX is so nice. Yeah, it's so nice.
As long as they don't get on my nerves, you know, all that du sable and but Haiti wasn't Haiti, and he was more than likely what was it, a trading post? They were still enslaved, and some this just came up at our reparations hearing. Some came with their enslavers, some came as their lovers. You see how that works? So they're not as instrumental as they think they were. They did not pass the Tuskegee Air Course that they were allowed to train there with our people. Like they just have a record of failing. Besides that 1804, and I want them to go home and change the trajectory of where their attention span is. It shouldn't be on Black Americans where Haiti is dilapidated over there, and it's only Port-au-Prince, really. Go fix that shit up. The same way
That's
you
a
fix
fact.
your mouth to get on my nerves. Turn your camera off, Jasmine. There's only one person who's allowed to have it on besides Afrodeep.
Oh,
So
my
it's not personal.
apologies. People are like, is Jasmine a
Yes.
real person? So my
You
apologies.
are a
Yeah.
real person and we love you, but we only for the protection of the live, we only allow the co-host and of course the host. Okay. But Afro, they're annoying me.
I
And you
know.
know,
I know.
the Mamdani could have had because to offer somebody something free, I would have said, But the fact that he knowingly used African American shows me he's okay with our erasure. I don't care that we don't like the term. I don't like the term now either, meeting these Africans today, right? However, we are and we classify people. That's our stuff. And like we're fighting for the integrity of our ancestors' history and what they built on this land, that term is applied to your ancestors now.
Yep.
Every resource that I go to look at, y'all, Booker T. Washington, it'll say African American. He was never listed as that in his life. So we can't let them have the term, and he understands that, but he still willingly went and tried to Kamala and use that stuff, and that's how he won the election. I'm just so upset behind it, but Black Americans do move on. We get over it, right? And we still got to actively fight whatever it is he's going to throw at us because we're really facing erasure here. So people that I ask for behind the scenes to kind of help me out because I don't have to be in the street knocking these immigrants upside the head. I got to win politically.
But
My people got to win politically. So it's going to be a lot of letter writing. Y'all be ready. I'm going to be hitting y'all up like, I need y'all help for this email campaign. New York needs your
that's
help. But so far, I'm going to drop the U.S. Freedmen's Project calls to action. They are the ones that's really boots on ground and found a legislator to ride out with foundational Black Americans. So just send the email in. It's already pre-filled. Just sign your name, hit send. 30 what? 30 to 45 seconds, Afro, for the pre-fill, maybe. Yeah.
Probably.
So I'm gonna drop
If you're
that here
using
so
your
you.
phone or computer, it probably go a lot faster. You hit your name and then it will automatically probably fill out if you're
Yeah.
using your phone.
So just hold that down, copy to your clipboard, and when you get a chance, paste it into your web browser. Some people already have signed. Thank you for that. And Brooke Grace Afro's live the other day, and she really gave us some beautiful history on New York and the politics that's happening here. So go ahead and watch that, y'all, on Afro Elite's live. Afro Elite by his name. The replay is up. Yeah,
All
y'all
right.
can be able to get
That's
some
true.
more insight. Thank you.
Yes. All right. Yes, indeed. Let's get to Amar. If that's how you pronounce it, I think it's how you pronounce it, right?
Yeah, it's Omar, and I'm foundational American, and really foundational American. I I don't come here very often, but today I needed to stay because this was so interesting.
Your
I mean,
are you like using a speaker or something? Your mic is a little this far.
can you hear me now? Is it better?
It's better.
Okay. So I'm foundational American,
Okay.
and just from the live today, I am realizing how much immigrants are literally trying to erase us and how ignorant they are of our history and the history of this country. They don't even understand that foundational means that we were here before America was a country in 1776. Like somebody had to build it for them to decide, oh, let's make it a country now. So it's just absolutely diabolical. And the Haitian guy, do you know what he really said? He basically said that Haitians came over to fight with the colonizers against us and then was given land. Why is he telling us that? I mean, I just can't even believe some of the things that I'm hearing tonight. Whether it's the cliff builder, whether it's we built America and then we were given land. What is going on? And the whole Madonna thing, you're right. I've been watching this. If you watch his language, I mean, they're just taking over. I'm upstate New York. I'm not even in the city. But it's so wild.
Yeah, it's messed up. It is. And this is why the immigrants are you can kind of tell this is why they're backing it up because they want a mayor and they want a leader who is going to condone that type of behavior, who's going to push those sentiments, those statements. He's going to push that agenda. And that's the agenda that they want to be behind. That's the agenda they want to back and support. And that's what they think he's going to support. Now, they don't know he's going to mess it up for them too, but, to them, as long as he messes it up for us, that's the main thing for them. They think that he's their way in. So,
Yeah, I don't think the wealthy is going to let that happen. But tell me about the thing that we're supposed to sign. I didn't understand it. Tell me about that again.
it's a form to legislators. It's a form to it's emails to legislators to Kathy Hochul, the governor. I got it all on YouTube and it's on my community page on YouTube. So you go there and there are emails that you can file out that gets sent to them. And the purpose of that is disaggregation. So in the census and in data that they would disaggregate foundational black Americans from other black immigrants from Africa and the Caribbean. So that way it's not all listed under black. You know what I'm saying? So that way the resources are properly dispersed.
Okay, I understand. So, like having our own separate identity. Is that?
Yes. Yes, indeed.
Well,
All
thanks
right.
for to come up. I just couldn't believe what I was hearing, but I'm glad that I know because now every time I'm going to address it, if it comes out someone's mouth and I hear it.
Oh, yep. That's true. Fire back on them. Intellectually speaking, we don't condone violence. Of course not. But thank you very much. Let's get to Portiz. What's next?
What's going on, family? Can y'all hear me?
Can, Did I skip? I don't think I was going to go to you next because Portis was here for a minute. Yeah, go ahead.
Uh, yeah, I just want to shout out to Detroit, Syracuse, and Albany for our FBA black mayors. We voted up in there. Regardless of party, it's good to see black women in control like that. Um, yeah, I ain't really got much to say, man. I'm a little disappointed in New York for voting in Mamdani, however you say that name. Be careful with him. And yeah, man, he just can't be trusted. He's a very wishy-washy like character.
Yeah.
BX, I'm waiting on that email so I can help y'all out.
Well, the email is in my YouTube. So go to the one I did because I did. Me and Brooke, we did a thorough YouTube yesterday. So go to that one, and in the description there's the link, and the link goes to her website, and that goes to all of the emails. So just click. It's already filed out. Just click your name and your email, and then hit send, and it will automatically do all of that. So all of the hard work is there. You just go to my YouTube page on Afro Elite on YouTube.
I got you. There it
Hello,
is.
brother.
Hold on. You just got up here, brother. Thank you. Let's get to Ink and Melanie's, and then we're gonna get to Black Vanguard.
All right, I just came up here for one reason only. It was when that Haitian dude was up there because I'm getting tired of these Haitians just lying. Um, Not only did they not found out my city in Chicago, but Jeremiah Hamilton was not a Haitian or a Caribbean at all. That man was born in Richmond, Virginia to FBA parents, and that's documented. All of his lineage traces back to Virginia. So the only reason why they like to claim him and lie, because he did go to Haiti in the 1820s, and he got caught up in the coinage scheme that resulted in him going back to America. And that was it. And you know how we found out about this? I was in Leo Live Monday where we had some Virginians, specifically this girl that was on a panel that's from Richmond. She said that in their grammar schools, they taught about Jeremiah Hamilton, and they said they got statues and everything that states that he was born in their country and that he is of FBA lineage. So I'm tired of them trying to leech on to people just because they see Haiti or they see Caribbean in there.
Yeah, honestly, and
Yeah.
that's why I let him come over because I'm all like, Haitians be the loud. They be whooping the
They
loudest.
be lying. That's why I'm like, oh my God, you like, why are y'all lying? And it's documented. These we didn't learn about them in CPS, so I don't have no reason not to believe it. When I looked it up, it does say his people is from Richmond, Virginia, and that he did go to Hades in the 1820s. But not to say this man was cold, though he did. He single handedly took on the Vanderbilts, but I think that's why they want to take on it because he has such a great legacy in New York alone with the stock exchange. But he is not of their lineage. He is of our lineage.
Yeah, he is, and they ain't gonna be able to. All this false claiming and false flagging got to stop. And we gonna stop it.
Yes.
We gonna nip that in the bud. We gotta shut that down the second we hear it. Okay,
That's all it
we
is.
shut it
Just
down.
Haitians trying to insert themselves into FBA lineage through half truths and misinformation like they always do. But that's all I came up here to say.
Appreciate you, my Chicago sister.
That's a bless, man, for real.
All right, appreciate that. Let's get to my brother Black Vanguard.
Man, it was up, everybody. Man, these damn terrorists been celebrating about this New York City Mandani. Now, these terrorists don't realize, understand is that Trump about to flood the zone with ICE all over New York City. It's about to be Chicago on steroids out there in New York City. It's about to be way worse. They about to catch a lot of hell up there. The terrorists up there in New York City. So they celebrating too late. People don't understand and realize is that Eric Adams is still the mayor for the next 2 months out there. He gonna make sure he set up everything so Trump could easily bring ICE up to all the barrels up to New York, so it could be easier to start doing the mass deportation before Mandani gets put in there. So they are celebrating too early, and also is that you had this Captain Philip Somalian person that lost a moratorial race out there in Minneapolis, Minnesota. That's a huge victory that his ass lost. Shout out to that. Shout out to that new sister that won that Detroit mayor because you had an Indian mayor running Detroit. He was trying to turn New York. He was trying to turn Detroit into another Gilmore, Michigan. I'm glad the black folks up there put a stop to that situation out there in Detroit, Michigan, because Detroit is like an hour away from Toronto in the Boston Bridge. Now, immigrants did not build America because the foundation of this country was built way before immigrants built this country. Because I travel all over Africa, the Caribbean, and Latin America. If their country so if they so much build America, how come their homelands don't reflect that? How come most of these African nations are not built up? Over 33 out of 54 countries over the Africa is undeveloped. Most of the Caribbean is undeveloped over here. Most of Latin America is undeveloped. So that's my question to them. But I don't understand that though, because over there in Kenya, I know I'm not gonna say too much about Kenya because the brother was respectful, so I'm not gonna say too much about him. But you had that El Salvadorian person. I've been near El Salvador. El Salvador is not really developed over there. El Salvador is a war, so you got the MS-13 over there. We can have all across El Salvador, and it's so bad over there. Trump actually labeled the MS-13 as a terrorist organization group. And yeah, what happened? I can't say that word. My bad. I'm not. My bad. Yeah. Donald Trump actually labeled the MS-13 as a domestic terrorist organization because El Salvador is real bad. Now you got Mexico. Everybody know about the situation over in Mexico and stuff like that. I'm not gonna say that word though. But yeah, these immigrants to build America. If you so much build America, how come you have to flee to America to build up America? How come you can't build up where you come from? That's actually a contradiction. Also, the foundation of this country was built. Same thing in Oklahoma. Our ancestors built all the 50 states, including this country, including Hawaii and Alaska. So in New York City, our people actually built New York City. Especially you go out there to places like the Harlem Renaissance, Seneca Village, all the other areas. So our people actually built this country way before immigrants got in this country. And Haitians always like telling that lie that they built America, which is a lie. You talk to our people from New Orleans, Louisiana, they say that Haitians that have nothing to deal with the establishment of Louisiana or New Orleans don't. They like saying that. They're telling them to our history and our culture. I'm glad we putting a stop to that. Just like in New York City, they say they created hip hop, which is a lie. I'm glad our good brother Tyree Nasheed did that microphone check, shut that down. Then they come out this new hip hop museum out there in the Bronx trying to lie, but I'm glad we got a front of that story because you already know he's gonna do that. But Zohran Mamdani, what he gonna try to do is that he gonna try to bring more of them immigrants over here, but that's not gonna happen. Trump is not gonna allow Zohran Mamdani to flood the zone with a whole bunch of immigrants because people don't understand that Trump's businesses is in New York City, so he ain't gonna allow immigrants to completely take over New York City like that. He gonna flood the zone with a whole bunch of ICE. You gonna start seeing Trump gonna start putting sanctions on New York City. He gonna start federal funded New York City. He gonna flood the zone with a whole bunch of ICE though. It's gonna get way worse. They think Chicago and out here in California is bad. They haven't seen nothing yet with Madonna getting it. He gonna flood us on a whole bunch of ICE agents and Border Patrol agents in New York City. That's all I gotta say for now. I'm gonna let other people speak.
Thank you. Can we address something? The trans-Saharan slave trade, we understand that the Arabs were taking the Africans and forcing them to convert. If they did not convert, they were castrated. We understand the trans-Saharan slave trade. That isn't the slave trade that we're referencing. And I'm not going to say I don't care about those slaves. What I'm saying is don't conflate the issues by saying there were Muslim slaves. We ain't talking about the Muslim slaves. Stay on topic. Thank you.
Yes,
Like
indeed.
the things that they say and do just to try to get us to care about something over here. It's affecting us here. It's affecting us here. And we're not as volatile as the YT people. You should see the things they're saying about Mom Donnie.
Hey,
We
BX.
ain't that extreme. What we're saying is they're forgetting about foundational Black Americans, but I don't expect a Bayesian to understand. I don't expect a Jamaican, an Asian, a Latino to understand. Y'all are all immigrants. It's not your people group that's being erased. It's mine. And y'all will never care about my people. And y'all show it every day with the way y'all pivot and deflect. Stop doing that.
BX though, they about to flood the zone with National Guard. You're gonna start seeing a whole bunch of National Guard troops out there in New York City.
Yeah, I can
Good.
imagine that. I can believe that.
Good.
Yep.
And you can go because I'm not your woman. I'm not ignorant. You just don't like truth. So you go on and find a woman to tell that mess to. I don't listen to men who stupid. Yeah.
All
My
right.
men have knowledge. So let me tell you something. I do kind of hope that my community doesn't have police presence, but we do know they do push these immigrants into our communities. And not only are the immigrants in here with their businesses, so is their crime. So if they have to come into our communities to get them out, Next time around, we could say, don't put them here. Do you know white people in New York had Mayor Adams apologizing to them? Yeah, he said, if I didn't have to put them in your area, I wouldn't. And I said, what the is that? So we have a choice. We have to get together in New York and stop being scared to say we don't want them in our areas. Especially if
on
you're
one
going to bring
second,
ICE in the
BX, so I
national. Don't,
cannot show
hello,
myself.
hello,
Baby
hello.
girl, what the hell she got
Especially
going
if
on?
it's going to be bring ICE and National Guard. Okay. But in the meantime, they got to go. They got to go. And how else we going to get them out? Y'all believe
Hello.
in not snitching, and y'all think calling ICE is snitching. Because I don't see New Yorkers saying I called ICE. I don't see New Yorkers doing that. So they gotta go. They gotta go. They gotta go. This ain't the city of immigrants, and since they don't have no respect, they gotta go faster. So yeah, thank you for the heads up, Black Vanguard. But what do I expect if they're in our areas? They gotta
Yeah,
go.
and what he gonna do
Okay,
is
hold
gonna
on, but let's let everybody speak because I can't be on all night. I gotta be up early in the morning. It's already past 12.
Oh, sorry, Afro.
No, you don't gotta apologize. Let's get to Jasmine.
Yeah, so I don't know why. So I put my glasses on, right? I made sure that I was like
Why do you keep turning
together.
your camera on, girl? We
Why?
already told you to
Why?
stop.
I mean,
The
Gigi, you
reason
have your
let
camera
me
on
explain
I'm a
too,
because I know.
right?
co-host. You
Hold
know
on,
what?
hold
I
on,
don't got
hold
time.
on.
You being
Everybody,
disrespectful. I dropped it. It is what it is. Bitch, we told you 3 times. What the fuck? What do we? I'm not about to explain to you. BX told you nicely, girl. Get your ass off the fucking camera.
what?
The fuck? Then you get
Okay.
back up there 3 more times. You gone. It's over. Well, it is what it is. Let's move on. The hell wrong with her ass? Disrespectful.
The reason why the issue with the camera. Now I know Tariq has the thing. Tariq has the thing. Let me explain the rules. Let me explain the rules. Tariq makes people put their camera on. Okay, and he does that to prevent people from being agents and trolls and stuff. Over here, we don't do that because people, when they turn their cameras on, what they've done is they've tried to get the live shut down. So if we allow anybody besides the host and the co-host to keep their camera on, then everybody has to then everybody should be allowed to turn their camera on. This is why Marshall doesn't turn his camera on. Nobody except the host
Girl,
or the
wait till he finish
co-host.
talking. Damn, I already don't even want you to talk. Shut your ass up till he finish.
No, the host, nobody besides the host or the co-host has their camera on. That's the way our lives operate because of people coming up here and doing certain things that will get the live shut down. So that way we keep the rule across the board. That's the reason why we have that. Okay? Because we've already had people do that before. So
Yeah,
it's
I
not
understand.
anything against anybody.
No, I get it, and we'll have the same rules when you come on that panel too. So you won't have your cameras up on Tariq's live. But so here we are.
Girl, get to the point.
Madani, right? He is one of the many tethers. I'm from Cali, and we have Karen Bass, that is a Caribbean tether, Cuban type tether type, whatever, that comes and speaks for us. When she comes onto any space, and actually real life spaces, right? When you're an actual United States American, FBA type, American Indian type, not tether type, being from the Caribbean type. When we have these tether types come over here and speak for us, they start to show themselves for who they are. They start to show their, insecurities. They start to show how they don't actually really rock with us because most FBAers, we would never sit there and go at another FBA. We would never go at an American Indian. We would never go at each other. Creole, Gullah Geechee type, Melungeon type. These tethers always show who they are. We don't go at each other. That is low brow behavior. So this is why we should not have these people speaking for us in these political spaces. We're always going to go at you. Always going to go at you. And look at this guy. He's a whole ass Arab, African American type. They have Arabs, West Africans. the original freaking cave beast type from the M type of Americans, types or whatever. That's what I look at when it comes to, are you about that life or not? So yeah, I say that respectfully. But yeah, I get it. But I see you. I land there.
All right, and what we're saying is that let's be very clear. The word, I think Mandani highlights how problematic the term African American is. I'm actually glad, to be very honest. If you guys want to know the truth, I'm glad that he claimed to be an African American. I'm happy. I think that's a good thing because that just validates our point that the word African American is too vague and ambiguous. Okay? That just validates that. We've been saying, no, hold on, African American is not lineage specific. And they were trolling, they've been trolling, oh, no, no, no. You guys just hate Africa. That's what they claim, that we hate Africa. And then Mandani, who actually, this is what he actually did. We're not making it up. He actually put African American on his paperwork. Okay? So this only validates what we've been saying for years, that African American is too vague and it needs to stop being used. It needs to be a retired term. Okay. The same way we don't refer to ourselves as colored. Okay. The same way we don't refer to ourselves as those things, we need to stop referring to ourselves as African American. We need to refer to ourselves as something more specific, which is foundational Black American, because that is one term specifically that no angle, no trick word, no other way can you crowbar yourself into that lineage.
I served in the U.S. Air Force for 11 years. I
Well,
joined
thank you for your service.
right after high school when I was 17. I joined right out of high school in 2002. And there is no person on this panel, on this app, that can sit here and go toe to toe with me being intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance when it comes to being about that Black life. I love my people. I really, really, really try my hardest to sit here and give people grace. But there is nobody more about it than my freaking family. You think this is a game? You think it's about like whatever. I sit here and I like come over here and I just like I had this one idea or whatever, and I will like maybe have a degree or whatever. I promise you, when it comes to that being about my people, I love you guys so freaking much. I find you guys annoying as fuck, to be honest. Annoying as fuck, because when it goes to being toe to toe with me and us, we will literally drop bombs on all those people. I don't care about freaking
Hey,
Africa. I don't
hey,
care
hey, you
about.
know better than that.
I'm
Jasmine, the
sorry, BX. I
BOAG
can't. BX. I can't. I don't care about Eurasia.
All right,
I
don't.
don't care
Let me
about
just say
Africa.
this. Let me just say this. You bout it for your people. We don't want to kind of put threats in the air and all of that. What can be
They can
perceived as.
all get it. Fuck
So please land.
Nigeria.
5 seconds. Please land,
Please
Jasmine. You know
land.
I
Fuck
adore
Thank
you.
you.
Nigeria.
Please
Fuck
land.
anybody that's not about America. I land there. Fuck you
America
all.
first. That's all she's saying. America
Thank
for
you.
foundational Black
Thank
Americans. That's
you.
what's up here.
Edenborn, you got it. Edenborn, and then we'll get to David.
Hey, let's
I
get her
got
up off here.
you.
Honestly, immediately. Is that your friend? Y'all cool with her or something?
I
Cause I
mean,
know she on Tariq.
Yeah,
She's a mod for
She's
Tariq or
like an
something.
acquired taste. Zizi, you're not on these apps as
She
much
put
as
a
we
bad taste in
try
my mouth. I
to
can't
act with
acquire that
them.
taste because that's a
I
bad taste.
know.
She started off with a bad taste, so she got to be fucked up.
Uh,
Absolutely not.
I
Absolutely
know.
not. But we can
But
move on.
Jasmine, for the most part, lately has
she's
been on
yeah
post.
yeah she's
So
been
yeah,
supporting. I think maybe she got her point maybe got a little have you have a point and then it can get thrown off if something happens. So I think the her going
Yeah,
back
but
and forth
coming on
was
camera three
they
times when you
mentioned
see I'm
her
the only other
children.
person other
No,
than you with the
no,
camera
they
on, it's
mentioned her
common
child
sense.
in the
It's
chat,
common
like maybe
sense.
mine.
Girls,
They
common
mentioned her
sense. And then you
child
want to
in
talk
the
about what
chat.
Tariq doing? Tariq just had two
Yeah,
people on this panel showing corn. Okay, so please, common sense.
yeah.
Turn your motherfucking camera off. We already told you politely once. Like I just don't like that. That was intentional. But let's move on. I peep
I
games.
got
But
you.
go ahead.
I got you.
Edenborn, you got it.
Hey, I just had to come on here as a Louisianian because I really did not like what that Haitian did, trying to like basically misconstrue like history and trying to twist it in his favor. So what he was doing was conflating a consequence with an alliance. So Haiti's fight was for its own independence, period. Them beating France had the unintended consequence of forcing the Louisiana sale. So while it's true the purchase wouldn't have happened without the revolution, it's false and disingenuous to say that the Haitians fought specifically to make that happen. The credit is for their own individualistic victory, not for their collaboration in the Louisiana Purchase. I don't even know why he fixed his mouth to even say, "Oh, we fought alongside the whites to make that happen." That sounds so disgusting. Weren't
Yeah,
those
I
people
think
boiling
also
y'all?
didn't he
They was,
imply that they were in Louisiana fighting?
yeah, like
Like he
weren't they
implied that.
boiling
I'm all
y'all
like,
in
when
pots?
did all of that stuff happen?
Right, like they was boiling y'all in pots and stuff. That's why y'all was fighting them. So how was y'all fighting alongside them? Like, here's what happened, right? So in 1801, Napoleon wanted to create a new world empire using Louisiana as a centerpiece. But in order to supply that centerpiece, he needed Haiti. But because of yellow fever, the Haitians beating him so bad, and the coming of the British, he said, damn it, I got to sell Louisiana, because if I keep Louisiana, I'm not going to have no money to defend my people in Europe. That doesn't give Haitians the right to say, well, if it wasn't for you can thank us for allowing the white man to purchase Louisiana. Are you serious? Like, my main issue with immigrants is this. Don't be disgusting, okay? That was so disgusting what that man did, talking about some, we helped y'all. What? Because exactly how, where's the flex? Like, okay, even if that were true, even if it were true, where is the flex in saying that y'all were responsible in the white man purchasing my land? That don't make no sense, yo. So I had to come up here and I had to clear that up, because it's one thing to just flat out lie, and it's another thing to try to like take pieces of history and twist it and be dishonest about it. I'm not going to allow that to happen. No way. So
That's
that's all
true.
I wanted
Thank
to
you for
say.
clearing that up as well too.
You're welcome.
Thank you for clearing, because they do the same thing about Chicago too, and this is them lying and telling half truths about history in order to stake claim to this nation, and we got to shut that down. We cannot let that slide.
Right, because there aren't even a lot of Haitians in Louisiana to deal with. Like, I feel like if he wanted to make an argument about like whatever part Haitians played in the making of Louisiana, I would have expected him to reference the Haitian refugees that were here in Louisiana, not no damn Haitian revolution. Them Haitians was not thinking about us. They were thinking about themselves. They were beating up the French over there because they was boiling them niggas in vegetable in pots like vegetables and stuff like that.
Thank you,
They,
boy. I'm not about to
Hey,
stay in here that much longer.
Alpha Elite, just to basically give you a quick heads up, over close to 3 million immigrants left the country as Trump took office.
Oh damn.
3 million. Yeah, because over 2 million people, close to 2 million people self-deported, and then over 500,000 people ICE Border Patrol got. So I would say by the end of this year, close to 3 to 4 million people will be out this country. So they think Mamdani gonna save them. All he's gonna do is accelerate the mass deportation in New York City. Close to 3 million left the country already. Hasn't even been a full year, and he got rid of over 3 million so far.
Yeah. Hey, it's not even been a year yet. Come on now. And that just lets you know how bad the problem was. So thank you guys in the chat room. Thank you guys. I appreciate you all so much. Let's get to King David.
Afro, will this be the last round?
Yeah, because it's already starting to.
Yeah,
I feel like it. Claritin is calling me. The Claritin
for
in
sure.
the other room is calling my
Stay up,
name right
young,
now.
stay
So
up,
it
young
seems
lad.
like it's about my time to get up out here.
Will we have a part two, Afro? I'm over it. I'm like kind of over it.
You're over Mandani, or you over the
I'm
subject,
over
or?
it. He ain't start yet. I got enough.
I mean, it is kind of like he's not the mayor right now. He's just the mayor
Right.
elect. He hasn't done anything really.
Yeah.
So
I'm just so tired of the disrespect. I want to kind of decompress. I got the initial shock. He's going to be the mayor. Now I start my email campaigns because his speech can't fly. He has to be reminded, like I tried to remind AOC, that we're still here. So that's what I'm gonna be working on. And I really hate screaming over people. They're never going to agree with me, but they're not going to just get to erase me or my people who built this great state, this great nation. So I kind of over his topic, but I mean, if it's going to be a part two, I'm built for it. I just,
gotcha.
hopefully something else will pop up and they'll leave New York alone because I think they still feed into that. It's like we're so loved, and then on the other hand, we're so hated. It's like a really weird dynamic to be in, and sometimes it's frustrating. It is.
Yep, that's true. I understand. I understand it. I do. We'll talk about it. I'll run it by you. And I understand you got to decompress because this is dealing with New York, and I know you're already stressed out, and you've probably been talking about this today on other lives as well too. So I get it.
Yeah.
I get
Thank
it.
you.
Well, you said a
King David, go ahead.
takeover. Good evening, first of all. Yeah, first of all, good evening to respective queens and to the young future king on this line. I'm very appreciative of what you're doing.
Thank you.
I've been in the struggle for our rights, and one of the things that I want to, for those on this phone call to understand, if you are my age, which I'm still young, I'm 62. My birth certificate says Negro. I'm indigenous, and anybody that calls themselves a Black American is really going against the grain of their ancestral roots.
Oh
We were
Lord.
here thousands of years before. So the brother from Kenya, I appreciate what he said. This country is already built. You got more pyramids along the mighty Mississippi River than you do even in Egypt.
Okay.
I heard another brother come in from Chad. I'm Cherokee and Choctaw. And the variation of our skin, including the young lady, it was indigenous people. We're not Indians. And the biggest thing is that they perpetrated to the folks over in Africa. We were already here. Only 70 to 100,000 people came on ships to America. That's it. We were already here. So for the brother coming in from El Salvador, the brother from Mexico, and talking about built, well, I've lived in Kenya for 10 years. My wife is Ethiopian. I've lived in Kuwait. I'm very familiar with the young lady spoke about and talk about intelligence. I've served 3 presidents. I will not allow folks to come in from Africa or the Caribbean. I grew up in Florida. I know politics. My mother fought with Dr. King. Those in this phone may have heard of Fannie Lou Hamer. She was my godmother. I'm tired of immigrants, regardless of where they come from, to come over here and tell us, the children of the soil. Because you cannot go, the young lady from New York, you cannot go to Kenya, you cannot go to Ethiopia, you cannot go to Chad and hold a position of a major city. You're absolutely correct. I support what you guys are doing.
Thank you.
But any foreigner, just because our hairstyle is different. If you go to Ethiopia, they got people that with straight hair, brown eyes, some are blue and green. So young man, you keep the fight up. I
Appreciate
appreciate you, what you're doing. But the brother from talking about Haiti, he doesn't even understand what the hell they was doing. The young lady that spoke about, said she's from Louisiana, I have family in Baton Rouge. Their hair is straight, they look just like the Pope. So I'm tired of folks that do not know, there's no such thing as black history. We made history. We have over 200 inventors since the 1500s
that. Can I ask you a question?
who look like us. So
Can
he
I,
doesn't understand. Any person
let
that
me,
comes on this phone, on this chat, and talk about that
brother.
immigrants built,
Okay, thank you.
yeah, built this country, they're lying.
Thank you,
We
brother.
was already accepted. Yes.
Okay. Do you dislike the word black?
We're not black.
Okay.
We're not black, sir. We're not.
Who is
You're the
anybody?
same complexion I am.
Is anybody black?
No. That's something they label us. They label us that. They change. In the 70s, Jesse Jackson is the person who's responsible. You go Google this. Jesse Jackson, the lawsuit filed against him in Operation Push. My family is deeply rooted in Chicago since the 1800s. My grandmother's buried there.
Okay.
And he the
Can I
one
say
that
something?
suggested, it went from Negro to African American. You can go Google it yourself, you can see it. You can
Okay,
go to
so
AI.
My birth certificate actually says black, right? So I met an elder who identifies as Negro, but we know what Obama did with that. I don't understand why somebody who's Negro would come on the stage and not be on code. We could have talked about this in the back chat. Now we got immigrants looking and saying even we can't get along. So what happens
No.
to people like wait, because I heard you, right? So we all have the family history of our grannies telling us who we are, right? My granny said the same thing. Her mom was indigenous, right? However, my birth certificate says black, and I have more than just that one ancestor. I'm always going to call myself black. I am. But I don't think that I should be beat upside the head if that was my classification when I was born in 1975. I just think that we could find other things to argue about or discuss in certain times, in certain places, because some of us are actually identified as black.
Yeah, I'm not
There's no
gonna.
such thing.
I'm
No,
not gonna
no,
really argue about that tonight. Tonight is not really
no,
the
it
night
wasn't.
for that. I
First
just
off,
wanted
let
to
me
know your
clarify.
stance because you said that a couple of
No,
times.
what I'm saying is that I'm not against. I'm telling you, I was only giving you history of where it came from. As I said, I was born in 1862, so that's 13 years prior to you. I was only giving you the history, and because they've changed our classification, they took us from being a Negro, which let me take this back, from my indigenous tribe. My
Okay, but
mother.
we got. I get what you're saying. We're not arguing about that.
No, no.
I get where
You
you're
want to
coming
finish
from.
this? Yeah, that's all. I'm just trying to say that they want to give us, like the young lady said, Elon Musk called himself an African American because he was born
Okay,
in South Africa.
that's true.
Yeah, that's all I'm just trying to say. So
Okay, but
that in
yeah, thank you.
itself, yeah.
Appreciate that because I got to wrap things up soon. All right,
But
so
we all
let
black though. Just saying.
yeah.
Glad this isn't a fight. I'm really happy we're not fighting.
Yeah.
Because I
And
feel
that's
the
why I
same
don't
way
want it to
BX
turn into
feels.
that. You know what I'm
But I
saying? Because I
also
already
understand
know.
King David.
Yeah, because the American Indians is gonna come up in here, and then there's gonna be
Yes,
FBA diss the American Indians, and
Lord.
which is not what we're doing, and it's gonna be perceived as that, and I don't want it to be perceived as that, and then it's gonna be back and forth, and we don't even need to start that back up again. So, we can just okay, all right. You don't want to use black, you don't got to. We ain't making you. We use black here though, but to each their own.
I
Let's get.
agree with the foundational Black America. I'm just trying to say that we get these foreigners coming in and take advantage of us off of what those ancestors did here in this country. I was speaking more of the foundational side and only was trying to edify what you guys are already saying in
Yeah, we
terms
get
of
it.
black. Yeah,
We
yeah,
not
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Really didn't
we're
disagree.
not
We
arguing. We're
just
not arguing with you. We get you, brother. All right, everybody, tap the screen. Tap, and like if you're on YouTube. All right, let's get to San Red, and then we'll get to Data Way, and then Baby Girl.
All right, y'all. I'm just listening to everything y'all saying. I'm listening to everything and taking it all in.
Oh, your microphone, brother, sounds like you're
Hold on.
speaking through a cup, my man. Let's go.
Let me know.
Yeah, a lot better.
Okay, I have to turn my Bluetooth off. Anyway, though, I'm listening to everything y'all saying. I myself, y'all say fundamental Black American.
He
I'm not.
said
foundational.
foundational.
I hear what you're saying, but I'm not saying like I'm not gonna call myself that. I am from Louisiana, and I know a lot of people. I know all about the Haitian Revolution and everything what happened. Napoleon had to sell off Louisiana because he lost his fight to the Haitians and everything, so he had to sell it. And yes, I know all about that. I also know about like I know a lot of pioneers. Like this one guy, he was a Black Panther, very revolutionary brother who knew Fred Hampton personally, who was buddies with Fred Hampton. I've even been to Fred Hampton's grave, so I know all about that. But however, though, I'm now living in New York City, and I'm like this. I love New York City. I love it. I've been here for 6 years. This is home for me. There's no other place. But however, though, when it comes to Zohran Mamdani and see myself, my father was a Saudi, and my father was Muslim. However, like when it comes to immigrants, immigrants have never been a problem to me. Immigrants have never caused me no harm. Immigrants have never done nothing to me. So my experience with immigrants is different. However, though, I may get pushback from this for speaking my truth, but this is my truth, my story. A lot of the grief that I've received has not been from no Mexican, from no Indian, no Arab, none of that. No, it has always been from, you
Uh-oh.
know, what y'all want to call y'all selves. That's who my grief has come from. It's always come from the people who you can go to my page. I stand up for my black people all the time. I stand up for my people all the time. But I know I don't get that same, but it's all good, it's all cool.
Okay, so what is your stance on immigration then?
So what my stance on immigration is this. I don't see the problem. These people come here, they build businesses, and they make it happen. And if you are here in this country, born in this country, and you do not make it happen for yourself, I'm sorry, you cannot blame nobody but yourself. And that's how the way my grandfather saw it. My grandfather always said it like this. A man will whine and cry and complain. You got to make it happen. The opportunity that you have to make it happen for yourself. The immigrants are not taking nothing from you. You have the same. You have the same 24 hours. You have the same tools that are before you. The immigrants use those tools and apply those tools.
I got you, bro. I got you. Where'd you say your dad was from again?
My father was from Saudi Arabia.
Your father was from Saudi Arabia. Where's your mom from? Where's your mom from?
I said my mother. My mother was basically French Creole, Louisiana.
Okay, so she's a foundational Black American, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're bi-ethnic, correct?
You can call it that.
I mean, you have two different ethnicities. Both your parents are from different ethnicities, right? You have two different ethnicities.
Correct.
Okay, so you are an anchor baby, technically.
Well,
By definition, technically, yeah, right?
I'm gonna put it like this. I'm an American. I'm an
I
American.
mean,
I'm an
half,
American.
You're a
kind of.
half, yeah.
Listen like this. I'm an American. As I said before, like this. But when my father
But
came
but no no. But do you? Here's the thing. Your stance, and I want y'all to listen, and I let him speak, because after he said his dad is from Saudi Arabia, I let him go ahead. Here's the thing. I want y'all to understand he feels this way because he's connected to his immigrant side of the family. He's emotionally invested by his immigrant side of the family. So he's not gonna get up here and publicly disparage immigrants or immigration, even if it is illegal. He's not gonna do that because he sees himself as half of an immigrant. He sees his family, his grandmother on his dad's side, his grandpa on his dad's side, all his cousins, all his uncles, all his aunties on his father's side are all immigrants. They're not American. So, of course, he's going to have a very soft spot in his heart for immigrants. And this is why we got to do the paperwork check too. Because you'll get out here and claim to be an American and have a whole immigrant side of the family, and yet you're vouching for an immigrant as if you are one because you're emotionally tied. So you damn near are. And this is the problem when it comes to people who are bi-ethnic, because too many of you all, not all, but too many of you all are tend to ride the fence too much and will sit up here and act like, well, immigration is not an issue. Immigration is not an issue. Can I ask you this question real quick, and
Sure.
then we're going to move on?
Sure.
If 500,000, just 500,000, if 500,000 foundational Black Americans went to Saudi Arabia and started businesses and started buying land and houses and started becoming government officials and public figures, if we went to Saudi Arabia and said, you know what, now this is like America 2.0. Saudi Arabia was built by Americans. What do you think the Saudi Arabian people would think or would do?
What do I think they would do? Pretty much like this. First of all, it's hard to get citizenship in Saudi Arabia. It's very hard to get citizenship there.
Okay. But what would they do if we did do that?
Couldn't do it, brother. They wouldn't let you. I lived in
Hold on,
Kuwait
hold
for
on.
8
No.
years.
I want him to answer that. What would they do if we did that, hypothetically?
Well, then it wouldn't happen.
Why? Why not?
It was in the Saudis have a very, very strict policy. I would
Okay.
say that their policy is very strict.
Do you think that we should have a strict policy too?
I believe every country should have that same policy. I agree with you. See, I'm respectfully, I agree with you, wholeheartedly agree with you. However, you cannot blame immigrants
Nobody,
because
no, 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 no. Here's, brother. Okay, let me say this. First off, and I want y'all to know, the people who vouch and say that we're not tripping, you wouldn't say that. And I asked him that for a good reason. He would not say that to his Saudi Arabian family. If his Saudi Arabian family had an issue with immigrants, he wouldn't be out here arguing with them about why they should accept immigrants. I want y'all to understand, when bi-ethnics come up here and they argue on behalf of their immigrant family, they don't ever go to their immigrant family and make the same arguments to them. That argument that we should be welcoming and we should be inviting and have our arms open is only argued towards us. It's not argued to the other side of the family. He wouldn't even dare. You wouldn't dare, brother. Come on, let's tell the truth. You wouldn't dare go to your daddy's side of the family and make the argument that immigrants aren't bad and that we need to be more welcoming to immigrants. Yo, you wouldn't dare do that.
I was saying I never one time said that I would. I never
But
said.
you're coming over here though. You're coming over here and doing the same thing. You're
Because
making an argument to us.
what I'm
Somebody
saying,
says, "Host, stop yelling." I can yell if I want to.
what I'm saying is
Would have
this.
been them.
What I'm saying is this. If you leave America and you go to Saudi Arabia and you put in the work and the effort and the grit and you do what you have to do, yes, I can understand that. But you know, if you're just coming over there
Yeah,
just
they
to
real
do
strict out
nothing,
there in Qatar.
But the
Stationed.
thing
I was in
is
the
that
military. I was in the
But the
military
thing
out there in
is they're
Qatar. They
not
got strict
actually
out there.
coming out here doing the hard work, and that's another lie.
oh,
Yep.
whoa,
They're
whoa, whoa,
not
come on
actually.
now,
No, no, they're
now,
not.
come on,
Don't
hey,
stop talking over. No, no,
I'm
no,
telling.
no, man. They're not doing that. They're coming over here and getting the same handouts that they shame us and they project on us. They're coming over here getting preferential treatment. They're not getting loans, they're getting grants, they're getting specific benefits just because they're immigrants. They're getting welfare, they're getting everything that the government can give them.
Don't
They're
forget the
getting that.
credit scores. They start off with a 700 credit
Listen,
score.
Oh, they
not.
do. Come on now. We know the
Remember, we
facts.
just heard that on
We
your
know the
for
facts
the
about
culture.
what they're getting. Come on, don't lie.
Yeah.
And saying, I'm gonna put it like this: when my father came here, my father came here speaking very moderate English. My grandfather, my father built his way. My father built himself up to being the man who he was. And like the same way about my grandfather, the same, my grandfather built a legacy for my family. What my family is good. I said on
But
both.
your grandfather. When did your grandfather get here?
You saying like my mother's father, my mother's father was basically of the slave trade.
I'm asking though. I'm asking when did your dad got here or your grandfather got here?
So when my father came to this country in '68.
Okay, your father came to the country in '68. So
Correct.
your father came to the country after we fought for the civil rights and won
Right.
the civil rights, and after all of the discrimination was won. After we won the battle, then your daddy got here. Okay,
My father
so
came here
it's so all of the
with the study.
picking yourself up by the bootstraps, and I'm not trying to disparage your father. I'm not talking against your father. I'm not here trying to say anything bad against your father. I'm going to say let's say your father is a hardworking man, but your father is a hardworking man who also walked in the footsteps of more harder working men.
Exactly.
I didn't say your father didn't work hard,
They said
but
my
he
father
didn't
was an
work as
engineer.
hard because he's walking in the footsteps of men who had to walk that road before first. You understand?
Hmm. I get it like this. I get what you are saying. I get exactly what you're
Do
saying.
you? And we're
I
gonna have to move on. We're gonna have to move on though. But I want y'all to understand this is the thing. This is the problem. Because your father's a hardworking man, but he's not hardworking in Saudi Arabia. Why is that?
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't your dad work hard in Saudi Arabia, where he's from? If he didn't even speak English, you said he came here not even speaking English.
He spoke
Why didn't he
moderate.
stay in the?
I
Hold
said
on, let me
moderate.
ask you though. Let
I
me ask
said
you this
moderate.
one last question. Why didn't he stay in the nation where his language is the dominant language, where he can speak the fluent language? I think what is it, Arabic? He can speak fluid Arabic where he's from. Why didn't he stay where he was from instead of going to a country where you barely know the language?
My father wanted to study engineering, and he wanted to study in Stanford, which he did.
When did your dad go back?
I said like it said my both of my parents are deceased, but like
But
my
but before that happened, when did he go back after he studied engineering?
I said my like basically like this. My father went back. He went back to Saudi Arabia in 1975. It said a lot of my siblings were born there, and then we came back.
Oh, so you were born here in
Uh,
America.
I'm gonna leave it like this. I'm gonna leave it
No,
like
don't
this.
leave it like this. Answer the question. You were born in America, right?
Uh, yes, pretty much. Yeah, but he said my
But,
mother was
but
pregnant.
what does that mean?
Yeah.
Okay,
Said my mother was pregnant when she came here. Let's leave it though. She was pregnant when she came here.
your mother was pregnant when she came to America. So is she American? Do y'all see what
She's
we
a
got to go
Haitian
through?
Creole. Is your mother a Haitian Creole?
My mother's Haitian Creole.
Okay, thank you. I don't at this point I don't even believe that. This is pretty
Ah,
much. Hold on. I asked where was she born. I'm gonna put it like this. You gonna put it like this? What does that mean? Okay, all right. Okay,
Basically.
okay. He said I'm
Is
gonna
you
put it
funky
like
or
this.
not?
Okay, all right. All
Mike,
right. That means a lie, but
is
okay.
I'm just
you
gonna
have
leave it
another
at what
page
it
named
says.
Mike?
But at the end of the day, you can't blame immigrants.
I think this is Mike.
I
Do
say
you have another page named Mike? Because there's another guy that runs around doing the same thing you're doing now, confusing a Haitian Creole and trying to make it seem like they're from Louisiana.
no, I don't do that.
He said my
I
mother
don't do
came
that.
here, but your mother was here.
Oh my God! It sounded like I was trying
You
to
the one
finish what I was
saying the
saying.
weird
Listen,
stuff. Come on now.
I was trying to finish what I was saying. I was trying to finish what I was saying. It
Were
sounded
you
like
born in America?
yes, I was.
Okay,
I
why'd you
was.
say
I was
pretty
born.
much?
That's just how I talk, man. I
She
talk.
was pregnant when she came here and she had him, like Kamala's parents. Anchor
Exactly.
baby, you was
Thank you.
right.
Okay,
Thank you.
okay. Well, Kamala's mother is both. Kamala's parents are not American. So did your? Where was your mother born?
My mother was born in Louisiana. She was.
Okay, where was her parents
So,
born?
Her parents were born here.
where's the Haitian Creole coming at, sir?
Well, they come in. That was like my grandmother was a Creole woman, and my grandfather was Haitian. Let's leave it that way.
I
Yeah,
think
he's
you're
lying.
lying.
This
Yeah, he's
man is
lying.
mixing up history. Okay,
He's
Yeah, I
Haitian
don't believe it.
okay.
Creole.
I don't
It's a
believe
lot of
this shit. I ain't
discrepancies.
gonna lie.
Oh my
He's
God.
Haitian Creole, y'all.
It's a whole lot of discrepancies in this story. A whole
Yeah,
lot.
I'm
I knew
saying
you
the
were.
whole time. It's been holes plot holes all through this shit. All right. But
Well,
y'all see what we gotta go through.
But see,
Yeah, and you know what's crazy
Uh,
because
what I'm just saying is at the end of the day, y'all.
But we get what you're saying.
yeah, let me say this right quick. These bi-ethnics, and it's not really just it's not only a bi-ethnic problem. It's just it's a non-FBA problem in general. The fact that his first sentiments was to come up here and immediately to diminish foundational Black Americans in our work and act like, oh, if you didn't come here, you have the opportunity, pull yourself up by the bootstraps. First of all, two things. Number one, you're thinking about you're thinking about things on a micro level. We don't give a damn if an immigrant did something to you personally. We don't really give a fuck. That's not the point of the conversation. We don't give a fuck what happened to you in between another immigrant. That's between you and that immigrant. The point is, what are these immigrants, how these immigrants are here and how they're affecting us as a group, as foundational Black Americans in general, how they're affecting our political plight. So for you not to focus on that, but to switch to, oh, they ain't did nothing to me, they cool to be, and they over there working, and yeah, they making these businesses and acting like y'all would even have an opportunity to do that without us, shows the level of anti-Black vitriol you have, baby. I don't care if your parents are from here or not. You clearly was raised in a household where they don't fuck with foundational Black Americans. You clearly are anti-Black. Point blank, period.
How am I anti-Black? How am I
We're
I'm
anti-black?
gonna
literally
move
just
on.
explaining,
No, we're
sir. I'm
gonna
not
move
going back
on.
to.
Stop, stop, stop.
How am
Stop
I
it!
anti-black?
Stop. Cut it out. Shit.
Agrees.
All right. Damn. Data way. Go ahead.
Thank you, host, for having me on. I just really wanted to drop a couple of points and just, let y'all sit on that. Um, Earlier when the Haitian man was coming on and just a bunch of lies, I know we all going back to him. Let me briefly touch on the person that was earlier asking you dumb questions like, who's the poorest group? If we want to be honest, according to percentage, the poorest group by race is Indian Americans. Comes second are Black and Hispanics. We are neck and neck. Then it is whites, then it is Asians. So that's just to go for the live to let y'all know that we're not at the bottom of the totem pole, but there was a lot of stuff keeping us down. And that is why we are not up there with the Asians and white American. Now, when it comes to the Louisiana Purchase, Thomas Jefferson wanted he wanted to buy the Louisiana Purchase, but he only wanted to buy certain parts. So he sent James, I think his name was James Monroe, and he sent Livingston to France so that they could negotiate for that. Napoleon came back and said, well, we'll offer you the whole thing, right? Now, during this time, during their negotiations, the Haitians were in their slave war. They were in their slave revolution. This is the era where the French were using the Louisiana Purchase as a entrance, an import. They wanted to supply Haitian with goods and services so that they could take control. Like they said, they wanted Louisiana to be their powerhouse. When the Haitians won, Napoleon saw that he was like, there's no use for the land at this point. Let me just get the money that I can from the United States and offer you the entire land. You buy it from us for 15 million, which they paid in, I believe, in pennies, and they got the land.
Hmm.
So all these people saying that Haitians fought for this land, they didn't fight for anything. They fought for their independence, and it ended up fucking a deal that the French government wanted to use this land for. So when they saw no use for it, they essentially, said, gotten up one on the white man over here in America. You give me 15 million for the land, and we'll leave it alone. They were gonna leave it alone anyway because they lost the fight. So I just wanted to make that point. Y'all need to really just understand history. This is stuff that they teach y'all.
Hmm.
They taught us the Louisiana Purchase in the 4th grade. Like this is not something that y'all need to be debating about what happened, what did not happen. This purchase was a gold mine for America, and it was France's trash. They're dumb. They didn't want it. They couldn't use it anymore. So let's get that right. And foundational Black people are not the poorest group in America at all,
That's
by
very true.
far. Thank you.
Appreciate that. Thank you. We'll get to Baby Girl, then Omega, and then we'll wrap it up.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Well, I am African. I'm from Ghana, but
Okay.
I've been here a long time. But what I can say, I know the history. Everything goes to Black American in this country. The things they have went through, the things they did, and up to today, independence for even any foreigner to come here. If it wasn't for them, it will not happen.
That's true.
It will never happen. So anybody who thinks that the Black Americans are this and this, they just don't know what they're talking about. And it hurts me to hear them saying that. I argue every day. Every African that they have, they come here, have a higher degree, look at them as a listen, those were not made for you, me, or anybody. They fought for it. and they lump, white people lump every color because the way it was set up, it covers everybody with the color. So it doesn't have to be discrimination. So those freedom or those rights were for them. You just benefit from it. So be appreciative and be respectful
That's true.
because
That's all we ask for. It's not that hard. That's all we ask
that's
for.
it. Just respect every freedom today. And I ask them, I say, if you black from Africa anywhere and they tell you to do this freedom, what you're going to say? You're going to say only for maybe my country people. They make it blanket for black. So it means every person color goes under that umbrella. You people they need to be grateful. They need to be grateful. And I do have children, their fathers from Alabama, Jamaica, and I appreciate every elderly person, especially elderly person, African American I work for. Trust me, if I work, they work under me, I do all their work for them. I told them you have done enough.
All right, then that's a rider for you. Give us a break, please. Help us out some way.
So we
Actually,
just
you want to help because there are some BX Scanchi sent some
mhm,
emails. There's some emails
mhm.
we can send you. I can give you a
Sure.
link to
Okay.
some emails if you wanna help out for real, like for real. We can give you
Yeah.
some emails. You can file those emails out.
Yeah,
The more the
because
better.
I do. The respect is respect, no matter
All
where they
right.
come from. And they also, our brothers and sisters, they took them from the land that brought them here. So I don't see any reason why we should not give them that respect.
All right. That's what I'm talking about. So
That's what I'm talking about. They did what they have for every person. I don't care, Asian, anybody who entered this country, Spanish, everything. If it wasn't for them, they would not be here. Even the mayor in New York elect, his family came here as a child. If it wasn't those laws that they fought, they continue to fight for, they will not be here.
yeah, that's
I've
true.
seen some African kids get killed in New York.
Oh,
Who
oh,
go
hold on,
there
hold on,
and
hold
Can't say
on,
that
hold
word.
oh,
on.
I'm
Can't say
sorry,
that
I'm
word.
sorry. Anna Life,
Yeah.
Anna Life in New
One
York.
moment, one moment. Brooke is placing the link in the comment section. Look for Brooke's name, Breuck.
Okay, I've
Hold
seen
her
it.
comment down,
Yeah, I've
copy
seen
it
it.
to your clipboard. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I've
And
seen it.
also IDG is copying and pasting it into the chat too. Thank you, Brooke.
Okay, so
Thank you,
that's
IDG.
yeah, that's
Well,
what
I'm
I'm
gonna let you
saying.
land so we can get to the next
So
speaker and
yeah,
wrap up.
so we good. Everybody that they came here, they were here enjoying of freedom, education, everything because of what a Native African Americans did in this country.
Yeah,
All the
okay.
work. So I apologize and I'm sorry if anybody disrespected any African American think they are nobody. They are the one they are nobody. Without them, without African American, they will not be here.
Yep, that's true. Now, next, I just want because we are moving past the word African American because everybody is trying to
Black,
claim to be
okay.
African American. So I just want you to understand that. I know you didn't mean
Oh,
it
I
that way,
do.
but
Because my husband
yeah,
from Alabama, the first time I went there, we were getting married and I saw his birth certificate it was Negro. I was shocked. He was
yeah,
born in
yeah.
1968.
But I
So,
appreciate that,
yeah.
and if you could do us the
Hmm.
just filing the email out, that would be helpful. To
Okay.
show appreciation because that helps the movement out. But
Okay.
thank
So
you.
yeah, keep on doing what you're doing and stay blessed.
You
Thank
too,
you.
sister. Thank you.
Okay. Bye bye.
All right. All right. You have a good one. All right. Let's get to Omega, my brother.
Be one family.
Black first, brother.
Happy belated birthday, ZZ.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
BX, I did sign the thing that you put in Afro's live yesterday.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Um, in terms of Mom Donnie, man, I want to say it's crazy, but it's actually going to be good for the city of New York, just from the standpoint of it's more removing the veil over how much these immigrants are not of benefit to us on the larger scale. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say all. I don't want to disrespect anybody, but on a collective level, they don't benefit us, and I think that this is going to show exactly how that plays out. Also, because you have heard Donald Trump speaking on it, I do think it's going to fast forward some of the ICE activity in that city. So it might work out for the best.
Exactly. Yes.
Um, in terms of because boy, I don't see how y'all do it, man. Y'all don't have a tether bum rush, but with the tethers coming through here, man, like straight up, we don't need y'all trying to give us our history. We have scholars from over here in America that have basically did the work to teach y'all your history. So please give us our respect. Put some respect on our damn name. Straight like that. One last thing, like that one guy, like, do you know how bitch made it is, and excuse my language, but for a grown man to sit up here and try to latch on to another group's accomplishment. And it's really sad at this point. But they do that honestly to not only disregard our accomplishments, but the anti-blackness that's inside of them won't let them believe that we are of a greater stock. And I'm not saying that we're better people or anything, but we've done more. When you sit up here, like you live in Chicago, I'm pretty sure it's a lot of NBA players that would have loved to say, hey, I played for the Bulls back when Jordan was around.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is, no, you didn't. There's a reason why Jordan is Jordan and why XYZ player is who they are. Because Jordan put in the work. The world saw what he did. Just like the world sees what we do. And I land my plane, man.
That's true. That's why the world copies us.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Let me get to my brother Motion Picture. I've been rocking with him for a while. Early on in TikTok. I'm gonna give you 1 minute because we was wrapping up.
And
I'm gonna give
yeah,
you
and Facebook, not Facebook, but YouTube.
and
I've been on your
YouTube. Yes,
YouTube
yes
since you
indeed.
started.
Yes
So yeah,
indeed.
yeah. I just want to say, with Mondani, I think New York has kind of did themselves in. I don't know how foundational Black Americans gonna react to it because a lot of his socialist programs might gentrify us more out of that city. And like you said, I believe it's gonna really be a city of immigrants because I think Black Americans need to be on code, and we need to understand that these people, they don't think like regular Americans or even Black Americans. They come over here and they fight for their specific groups to get power and to get benefits. And just like him, he's gonna do the same thing for immigrants and his other people, his people of his lineage. He's going to make sure they're okay first, and then the immigrants, then everybody else after that. And I believe they're doing that in Minnesota and a lot of other states around America. They're vouching for their power. So black people going to have to, well, not black people, but black foundational Black Americans are going to have to step in their positions, and we're going to have to start taking some of these offices and doing for our people because nobody is going to do for us like they're going to do for their own groups. Alan, thank you, Afro, for letting me
That's
speak. How
true.
you doing, ZZ?
Good. How are you?
That's true. Thank you. That's true. We get to over 200,000 likes. I
Oh,
appreciate
I
every
didn't even
single
see
last
that.
one of you guys. If you guys want to listen to the playback of this, go to For the Culture on YouTube. This is where the playback will be. You guys don't want to miss out. This was a really good one. So go to For the Culture on YouTube. You get to see that and a lot of other good stuff. Okay. As well as our YouTube channel, me and Zizi's YouTube channels, which will be in the descriptions of the For the Culture YouTube playbacks. So go to that. And you can follow us here and then go to the links in our bio. So make sure you guys do that, please, and thank you. And for everybody listening on YouTube, we love and appreciate you guys so very much. Thank you. Zizi, do you have any final statements, final words?
Um, yeah. I'm definitely going to do my own due diligence, look further into this dude because I'm not liking. I mean, I'm gonna just say this too. it's already a red flag as much as I see them trying to prop him up. Especially because I think I've seen him before, but not nearly as much as I've been seeing him since he's won. And I'm like, why is this? They acting like this is a like something for the country, like this is a win for the country or something. So it's very weird. It's always a red flag when we see people, when we see them prop people up like prop people like him up, especially when they're having the rhetoric of, oh, this is the land of immigrants and et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, it can't be trusted. I'm not rocking with it. That New York is not no goddamn city of immigrants. It wasn't built by no immigrants. It was built by the FBAs out there. Shout out to BX and the Foundation of Black Americans out there on code. But yeah, appreciate the chat. Appreciate everybody on the panel coming in here, dropping that knowledge, dropping that game. Especially combating that Haitian dude. That was beautiful to see. Let us see there was some of the FBAs that was on his ass about that. So yeah, you know, we built this country. This is ours. This is our land. And ain't nobody like us. We are the real Americans. Afro, you need to get on some sour sop or something like that. Some tea. I got some sour sop leaves I can see your ass. You need it. And some sea moss. I got some sea moss I can see.
I gotta get in my full Dr. Sabi mode right after this.
Immediately.
That's true. Thank you. And you know. Yeah, that's true. BX.
So I want to say this. Like I said, things that are said from people who may not even be in the city, can lead to our erasure. I thank you for allowing not only myself but Brooke, Brother Divine, and other New Yorkers to come up here and give the real of New York. So I want to say this: we outnumber the melanated immigrants, meaning Afro-descendant immigrants. I will no longer call them black. In every state, and New York is no different. Um, I just need time to decompress, but I'll try to keep y'all informed as much as possible. I thank you for answering Brooke's call to action. Expect to see or hear more from her because I'm going to try to convince her to start going live. Y'all help me out. But I think I'm grateful. I'm grateful for those who get it. I'm grateful for those who jump into action. I'm grateful for everybody in my inbox giving me encouragement, saying, BX, you can't quit. Because sometimes I just want to, the misconceptions are horrible. I hear we lost our culture, but you got to understand we're sending 10 toes down here. So if I actually talk to us first before making a think piece and using Wikipedia sources, that's just what it is. And Afro can tell you I've turned my platform and I'm putting my journalism degrees to work. I'm interviewing those not only in New York, but who are standing on lineage business, right? And then I put it on my YouTube channel. So help me help y'all amplify the boots on the ground activists and us digital warriors as well. I love y'all for real. Love, peace, light, and reparations. Afro, when are you coming back live to TikTok again?
I gotta make some room tomorrow. I'm gonna make some room tomorrow to come back live. I'm not sure exactly when. I'm gonna see what the CMOS do before I give you a date. Let me see what the CMOS hitting on. Well, I tell
Zizi,
you.
do you have a Black American herbalist that I could order herbs from? Because mine went private and I can't afford the membership, y'all. I'm broke and I don't get food stamps. That's why I be so mad. Broke in New York? Are you crazy? Can't get food stamps, but I'm watching all the immigrants get some food stamps. It's horrible. But I'm making it, and my children and my family love me, so I never starve. Go ahead, Zizi. Do you know of any Black American herbalists?
Yeah, Vital Vegan is one of the people I got. I got a lot of my herbs. I actually got my herbs from probably like a year or so ago. Them joints been lasting me. I got like 4 packs of sea moss. They had a sale at one time. I think for like Christmas or
It's
something
not
last year.
capsules, right? I don't like capsules. I like to make
No,
it.
no, no. I get the real sea moss. I get the real sea moss.
Okay, good. Can you put the name in my inbox and then I'll order?
I see the website. I got you.
Thank you. All right, Afro. I know you want to go. Okay. Thank you, Afro.
All right.
This is
You all
Black
have a good night.
American owned business. Okay.
D1, peace.
D1.
Feel better, Afro.
All right.
Yeah, feel better.